It is a massively important game for both sides. Playoff hopes, as you can hear, they're allowing the tension to build as long as possible inside the MKM Stadium, as those fans in yellow and green that have made the trip await their side coming out. And of course those home fans, as we heard a little bit earlier on, who have packed in tonight to witness a first sign of Fabio Carvalho on loan from Liverpool and this exciting team under Liam Rosenior, who have entertained so often this season. As you can hear, making their way now out onto the pitch. Norwich City haven't really looked forward to many away days this season, but they could do the league double over Hull for the first time since 1972. If they win it, they'll give their playoff hopes a huge boost. Defeat to Hull tonight, though, would be serious damage to those hopes, I feel. It could, though, put the Tigers into the Championship's top six as they look to remind everyone in the league that they're very serious about promotion. Hull City versus Norwich in the EFL Championship, live and exclusive on Talksport 2, with the former Leeds and Rotherham manager Neil Redfern and our very own Mark Wilson.
Cheers, Hugh. Great atmosphere here. Credit to Hull City. Made tickets available at half price tonight, and they've been rewarded with a virtual full house here. It was interesting as well, as we made our way up to the media area tonight. Free fruit as well for all the local kids that have come in tonight, and the club very much at the heart of the community here, and the feeling that Hull are building slowly but surely under Liam Rosenior, and that emphasised by the fantastic signing this week of Fabio Carvalho, who makes his debut on loan here from Liverpool. It's a much changed Hull side from their cup draw with Birmingham last week. Allsop is in goal, Coyle, Greaves, Jones and Jacob at the back, Slater and Morton holding, with Twine, Tufan and Carvalho behind Aaron Connolly, who's got 8 league goals so far this season. For Norwich, they're desperate for points, but a win for them would lift them within 2 of the playoffs. Angus Gunn is in goal, a back 4 of Stacey, Duffy, McLean and Giannoulis, Sara and Nunez holding, with the informed Rowe, Barnes and Sainz just behind. Josh Sargent, after an injury hit start, has got 4 in his last 6. We are going to have a minute's applause here ahead of kick-off in respect to all the Tigers fans that have passed away over the last year. It's something they do every year here, and that will be honoured, I'm sure, by all the fans here. Credit as well, 1,300 have made their way up from Norwich. That's a long old drive on a Friday afternoon. It'll be a longer drive on a Friday/Saturday morning when they make their way home tonight. They'll be hoping they'll have 3 points to take with them. Going through the handshakes down below us, 2 iconic kits really, the black and gold of Hull City and the yellow and green of Norwich City. So the players are just starting to congregate around the centre circle then, as Hull City will pay tribute to the fans that have passed away over the last 12 months.
To remember all the players, staff and fans who are no longer with us.
So we're about to get underway here at the MKM Stadium. It is Hull against Norwich. Neil Redfern alongside us. Big game this for both teams, both needing points. Hull to get back in the top 6, Norwich to close the gap on the top 6.
Yeah, massive game for both sides, to be honest with you. You're looking at Hull City, I mean, 3 points for them would just mean, you know, a continuation of what has been an outstanding season so far. You know, 3 points for Norwich City would probably be expected because, you know, they need to be higher up the table, and they're sort of underachieving a little bit at this moment in time, and those players out there will feel that, you know, so it's important that they get over the nerves and they put on a performance.
Start of a huge sporting weekend on the Talksport network right now on Talksport. Burnley against Luton is live and exclusive as Hull pass the ball back to Allsop, who knocks it long. He's got a bright pink goalkeeping strip on. We won't miss him tonight. The black and gold of Hull, who are attacking from right to left as they like to do here on home soil at the MKM, and the first foul is a rather robust challenge there that brings down Regan Slater on the halfway line. Hull have got their first free kick.
Yeah, just looking at the surface, how the ball's just bounced there, Mark. It's going to be really lively. It looks really firm. Obviously, they've rolled it flat to make it a true bounce, but it's really kicking off
Coyle does well to win a header. Ozan Tufan gets it back to Coyle, who's 25 yards up from goal. He will lay it back now. And Morton will just roll it back into the centre circle as Hull will be patient here with the ball in their possession. Here's Scott Twine on the left, just tries to fire the ball in. And here now is Carvalho, edge of the area, early chance for the new boy. Shot block, falls back to Slater, 25 yards out, goes past one, can't go past the second. The cross will come in, it's blocked nicely there by Nunez. And Norwich will try and break, but Hull all over them at the minute. Really bright start from the Tigers.
Yeah, playing with confidence, playing with no fear. You know, they're having a good season, there's no pressure on them. You know, what this 3 points would mean to them.
Well, here's Carvalho again, gets the ball away. Chance for Tufan from 25 yards out. He's going to have a shot. It is some three behind the front man of Connolly when you look at Twine, Tufan and Carvalho now. And you know, you add into the fact they've sadly lost Liam Delac, but could be 2 to 3 months. No Jaden Philogene at the moment. They've got some real attacking threat, haven't they, Hull?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and they've adopted this shape at the back as well that they usually do. They line up as a back four, but they push Louis Coyle right up the pitch, almost as a right wing back, and then play with a back three. It's really front foot and adventurous the way that Hull City line up. Again, started really well. 1 and 2 touch passing, putting the ball at risk, not frightened of playing in tight areas. It's been a really good start by Hull City.
Well, I think Norwich put the ball out, so Coyle just threw the ball back to Angus Gunn. We mentioned it's a busy weekend. Tomorrow, 3 live and exclusive commentaries from the Championship. Coventry-Leicester at 12:30 on Talksport 2. Then we're at Cardiff against Leeds at 3. And we round off with Ipswich-Sunderland. 3 crackers tomorrow, as here now come Norwich with an attack. They're working their way to the edge of the area. They'll look to spread it out to this near side where Jack Stacey has it. He'll feed it out wide on this near side to Jonathan Rose, having a great season. He lays it off now. Chance for Sarah, gets it away, but can't get the ball back. And Hull now will look to counter-attack themselves. Up towards halfway they go. And now a foul. Carvalho is bundled over right in front of Liam Rossigna. And that will draw the whistle of the referee, and it'll be a free kick just on halfway. Still 0-0 if you just joined us. 3 on the clock here at the MKM Stadium. Hull 0, Norwich 0.
Yeah, just a little glimpse there of what Carvalho is going to bring to this Hull City side. Very confident in possession, runs well, runs easily with the ball, comfortable with the ball at his feet. Just glided past 2 or 3 challenges there before winning the free kick wide on this left-hand side.
There's a Hull player down. Is it Connolly? I'm trying to work out who it is. I think it could be Aaron Connolly. Just down at the moment, getting a little bit of treatment. The physio is on with him, so a stoppage in play. We mentioned the Championship action tomorrow. Small matter of Chelsea against Fulham as well. Faye Carruthers, Sam Matterface and Martin Keown, our commentary team tomorrow from 12:30. So much live football to come, so much live sport to come across the next few weeks. The NFL is live Saturday and Sunday night on Talksport 2 as well. The wildcard weekend. So lots to look forward to. And here, Hull fans will be hoping that Aaron Connolly's okay. Picked up a knock. I'm just looking on the bench, the likes of Billy Sharp there, who could come on if needed.
Yeah, it's really important to Hull City. Connolly, to be fair, leads the line really well. He's been involved a couple of times really early on so far. Just got such a good range to his layoffs and his knowledge of people running off him and round about him. He links well with the front line.
Yeah, he's just making his way to this near side. He's trying to put some weight through his foot just to make sure everything's okay. The physios look quite content with him. There's no... Oh, is there some activity on the Hull bench? There is some activity down there, but I think that's more subs going to sit back down. I think Connolly's going to be okay to carry on here. So nearly 5 gone. We've had that 2-minute stoppage and we're back underway. And Jacob Greaves has it for Hull inside his own half. A highly regarded talent, Greaves, one that's been linked with a Premier League move. Gets it back to Allsop, who's going to knock it long, and Coyle is the furthest Hull man forward, but the ball's headed away from him and hooked forward, and then almost a miscommunication in the midfield from Hull, but Coyle will get it back on the far touchline. He will hook it forward. Tufan will give chase, but Norwich get it back as Connolly's just not yet been allowed to come back on the field of play. Just have to wait a few more seconds. And now on this near side, Jack Stacey has it for Norwich, who predominantly yellow there. Tops here, little pinstripe hoops across the chest, the green shorts and the yellow socks. And now Connolly is back on and he's trying to close the ball down. Ball played into the feet there of Saints. He's denied and Tufan will go the other way. Strong challenge goes in to win it back for Norwich, and Both sides, Neil, when they're losing possession, are quick to try and win it straight back.
Yeah, there's a reaction straight away, a counter press straight away as soon as they lose possession. Both sides trying to play the right way. You know, this pitch is really fast. It's a fast, firm surface. And when you move it 1 or 2 touches, it's difficult for teams to get close to each other.
Beautiful little back heel there from Tyler Morton, one of 2 Liverpool loanees in that Hull City side. Fabio Carvalho, the other one. Bad news this week for Hull that Liam Delap's going to be ruled out 2 to 3 months. I'm sure they would have liked him leading the line tonight, but he'll have to sit and wait until he's fit again. Throwing over on the far side, Norwich have it midway inside their own half. 6.5 gone on Talksport 2. It is still Hull 0, Norwich 0. Ball goes back. It was interesting what Hugh was saying ahead of the kickoff about he couldn't make his mind up whether he thought it'd be really tight, there'd be lots of goals. I think if we do get an early goal, I think this could be anything tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think because of the pitch is so firm and so fast, you know, I think defences are going to have to be really at the best.
And the ball given away, trying to play out from the back there by Duffy. Picked up here by Twine, makes his way to the edge of the area. Is he going to unleash a shot? Takes a deflection, and in the end loops wide, and Gunn couldn't keep it in, so it's behind for a Hull City corner. Yeah, very, very clever play by Twine. Just dropped into a little pocket just in behind the Norwich City midfield, got on the half turn, and he's travelling with it, and he's got only one intention, and that's to get his shot away, and it's deflected. It just drops wide of the post. A good effort. Yeah, great move tonight to make the tickets affordable to all, and the fans are here. You can always tell there's some new fans here, maybe don't get the chance to come to the MKM too often. Great move from the owner here tonight, and a great atmosphere. Can Hull open up the scoring? That would really get this place rocking. Corner whipped in, it's into the 6-yard box, headed powerfully away though by Norwich, and Rose after it. He's quick, but he's beaten to the ball in the end quite comfortably by Jacob, who got a goal on his full debut last week in the FA Cup. And now the ball into midfield, and Slater has it, and he will just hold on to possession. Gets it to Morton. Norwich are trying to defend high up the field here. And Saints closes down and makes them go back to Allsop. Ball out to this near side, and here is Jacob again, but he's lost it, and it could be a chance here. They tried to play Sargent in, but the ball was nicked away. In the end, that was a lovely, well-timed tackle, and here goes Carvalho now over the halfway line for Hull. He looks in field, just pops off the pass. Slater will get it out wide. That's a risky ball. Good intervention there, and it might break kindly here for Tufan. 30 yards out from goal, tries to feed it to Connolly. Connolly on the half volley, hooks his shot wide, and maybe Carvalho was a better option there. It's a goal kick, it's still 0-0. Yeah, I've been really impressed with Carvalho. I mean, I know it's an easy thing to say coming from the Premier League, but he's got a little bit of calmness about his play, just settles things down, knows when to run with it, knows when to play on limited touches. Really great acquisition for Hull. Yeah, and you know, as we were hearing before, it's a sign of trust, isn't it, from Liverpool, that they're willing to let their big talents come here to Hull. And Liam Rossina, a highly regarded manager. I personally don't think it'll be too long before we see him in the Premier League. No, I think one of his strengths as well is a player developer, Mark, you know, and I think that's key in modern day football, you know, because you want to make your players assets. You know, a lot of owners will be thinking that way. Yeah, they've said that they are going to recruit young Hull and try and build a team. They're not going to go out and buy one. Here now, forward come Hull again, up towards halfway. Slater's seen plenty of the ball early on, tries to thread the needle, and he does. He finds Tufan, who then gets it out wide to Coyle. Coyle now 25 yards out from the corner flag, cuts in. Can he put the crossing on his left foot? He can to the far post, and it's headed away at the far post by Stacey. Vital header with Twine closing in, and the ball played forward for Rowe. Again will give chase, but he's beaten to the bouncing ball, and Jacob will feed it into Twine. Little back heel, couldn't find Carvalho, but Norwich again clear the ball. But at the moment, Neil, they just can't get out of their own half. Yeah, I mean, brilliant defending by Stacey. Got his body shape spot on, his side on. He knows where the man is coming in at the back stick, and he gets a telling header on it. Makes a great ball in by Louis Coyle, who's picked up a really advanced position on that right hand side. He's a real get out for them, Hull City. Yes. Greaves rolls it across to Alfie Jones, and Jones will swing it back to Jacob on halfway. Norwich defending deep. 10 gone on Talksport 2. Mark Wilson with the former Leeds and Rotherham boss Neil Redfern. Hugh Wozencroft back at base, taking you through all the sporting action tonight over on Talksport. Burnley against Luton, huge game in the Premier League. It's live and exclusive on Talksport right now. Ball on halfway again as Hull will look to build from the back. Little flick from Twine is out of play off Stacey and out for another throw in. I think we've really seen the evolution of this Hull side. They, a couple of years ago, weren't that easy on the eye. Then Rossini came in and they struggled, I think, to play to his standards as the ball played forward, and Gunn's come out and headed it, and he clatters into the Hull player. It was Connolly took out, and Connolly's gone down. The referee's actually said it's a free kick against Hull there, but the keeper, Gunn, was well, he was pretty emphatic with his clearance, Neil. He wasn't going to get beaten by Connolly there.
No, brilliant from Gunn, to be fair. I mean, it's a straight ball. Norwich should be worried about that. You can't get in on one ball. Both centre halves beaten easily. Straight ball down the middle. Connolly's onto it. And both players have got their eye on the ball, to be fair. I don't think it's a foul. Well, it's a free kick given to Norwich City. I don't know how he's come out with that. I would have just played on because Norwich had the ball. But he just adapts there, Gunn. He comes out, climbs above Connolly coming in and just heads the ball clear like a centre-back. Brilliant play by the goalkeeper. Sweeper keeper. Good play.
Yeah, he did well. The Hull fans are not happy with that. We've got another stoppage. It's Connolly who's down again. We're just mentioning that when he came in, Liam Rossini, he clearly wanted to play how they play now. He didn't have the players to do it. It looked a bit clunky, and I think fans were a bit worried, but now they're seeing how it's supposed to look.
Yeah, I think so, and I think sometimes in the early days there was a little bit of frustration there when they got caught playing out from the back at times, and, you know, the old famous get it forward, but he's stuck by his principles, Liam Rossini, and the players have bought into it. That's the key. You know, if you can get the players to buy into what your beliefs are, you know, and they can see an end product, they can see light at the end of the tunnel. You know, they're getting the 3 points from playing that way. They get confidence in what they're doing, and all of a sudden you're in business. And it's exactly what's happened here at Hull City.
There's a great deal of concern on the Hull bench again with Connolly going down, and the backroom staff are just speaking to Liam Rossini now. Both these sides in FA Cup replay action in midweek. We've got live commentaries from the FA Cup as well on Tuesday and Wednesday. Double header both days, actually. Talksport 2 on Tuesday, Wolves against Brentford, 7:30 with Jim Proudfoot and a former Republic of Ireland man, Matt Holland. And on Talksport on Tuesday night, 7:45 start for Bristol City against West Ham. Sam Matterface with a former England legend, Stuart Pearce. Then on Wednesday, we're at Goodison Park on Talksport. Everton against Crystal Palace with Ian Danter and Danny Mills. And Talksport 2 for Blackpool against Nottingham Forest. Jim Proudfoot will be joined by the former Scotland man, Chris Iwelumo, for that one. Blackpool, who beat Forest in the Cup recently. Can they do it again this year? Right. Change about to be made here. Now, this is a problem for Hull City. They've lost Delap long term, and now they're losing Aaron Connolly tonight, and it is going to be Billy Sharp who comes on. Billy Sharp, a player you know well, Neil.
Yeah, obviously from a time at Leeds United, and, you know, I was round about Sheffield United when Billy was there as well, taking the women's team. You know, fantastic pro, unbelievable goal scorer, knows exactly where the goal is. You know, he's a box player, he likes to play with his back to goal. He'll go in a similar role to Connolly, to be honest with you. Probably not got the legs that Connolly has got, you know, at the age he's at now, and he won't thank me for saying that, but he still knows where the back of the net is, and that's the most important thing.
Well, I just think in this lineup, with the likes of Carvalho, Twine and Tufan, they almost need someone just to play on the edge of the box. But Norwich are coming forward now. There could be a chance here. They've got him behind, and the shot is bloomed over the top. That was a big chance for Boya Saints into the area, and he's blazed it over the top.
Yeah, he's got to do better than that. I mean, at times he's run really well, and there's a little bit of hesitancy at the back for Hull City, letting the ball bounce. You can't let the ball bounce as a defender on this surface because it's so lively. You know, there's very, very little grass on it. You know, and it's been rolled flat. You can see that. So they're trying to get the ball or the pitch so it's playable, so the ball runs true. But it's kicking up really high when it does bounce. Difficult for defenders. To be fair to the Norwich man, he read it really well, but he's got to finish better than that.
Here's Tufan, midway inside his own half. Plays it back. Now it's played out wide on this near side to Jacob, who brings it forward. He's looking for the ball into Billy Sharp, was beaten to it, and it was cleared away, and it'll bounce out in the Hull dugout for a throw. 0-0 if you just joined us. 15 gone here. Hull 0, Norwich 0. A couple of lengthy stoppages, so I'd imagine there'll be at least 3 or 4 minutes to add on at the end of the half. As Allsop knocks it long. Sharp chests it down over on the far side. Here's Louis Coyle now. like you said, he's down at right back, but he's almost playing as a right winger at the moment. Sharp played the ball into the edge of the area. It's cleared away by Duffy, and Norwich get it back on the edge of their own area.
Yeah, little cameo there of what Billy Sharp's all about. Long diagonal ball into him, and he instantly knew where Louis Coyle was and just chested it off to the right wing back as such. Louis Coyle is playing in such an advanced position. It was a great little bit of play, striker play.
Yeah, it was indeed. Ball out for a throw-in over on the far side. And now the ball will be put back into play. Hull have got everyone back, barring Sharp, their side of the halfway line. Norwich have it far side. And the ball played back by Sainz. And now Norwich have it inside their own half of the field, and Norwich just waiting for Hull to come out, and now they're looking for the long ball. They're looking towards Josh Sargent, who's been a miss for them. Important as well. I mean, we're quick to judge managers, Neil, but it does help when you've got your best players about, and Josh Sargent certainly falls into that category.
Oh, absolutely. You know, and I think that, you know, on tonight's showing so far, he'll be quite pleased with what he's seen, David Wagner. I think they've gone toe-to-toe with Hull City. They've matched them. They've competed quite well. They've had a couple of little moments in the final third. They look like a side that's capable of scoring. They
do. Ball on halfway. Carvalho goes without it. Ball played forward. Should be headed away by Coyle on that far side. Norwich will poke it towards the Hull penalty area, but Ryan Allsop comes out in that luminous pink kit and says, I'll have it. And now they'll play it out from the back. 0-0 here, 17 gone. Lively start, but not too much by way of goalmouth action. There's Allsop with a little dummy clearance. He was closed down by Ashley Barnes. Ball played forward for Sharp. They climb high above him, and the ball headed away, and Norwich will pick it up their side of the halfway line. And now they'll bring it forward with Nunez. He gets it wide on the far side, and Norwich happy just to be patient, Neil, with the ball. They're almost trying to pull Hull out of position, aren't they, and wait for the press, if you like, and see if they can beat it.
Exactly that. You know, they're waiting for Hull City to trigger, you know, and just start to jump into their press, and then they're looking for that long diagonal in behind for the two wide players who are really, really high.
Yeah, now they've got it over the halfway line, but Hull have won it back, and Hull now will look to break, but Sharp can't quite get on the end of it. The ball's nicked away from him by Giannoulis. And now the switch of play out this near side for Jack Stacey, who will head it in towards the path of Rowe. Can he take it down? He can. Level with the edge of the penalty area, right-hand side of the field. Goes past one, he's into the edge of the area. Pulls it back for Stacey. Stacey with a cross, and it's headed away. Rowe, I think, was in an offside position there, but the linesman happy to let play go on. And that's going to be a corner, so maybe Rowe wasn't offside. Got one question there, Neil Redfern. Should Jack Stacey have had a shot?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's brilliant play by Rowe. It's a good timed run. He gets hold of the ball. He's got bodies round him, and he twists and turns and loses his markers, nutmegging one of them on the way through. It's a great little cut back to the edge of the box, and you're looking at Stacey and you're thinking, just put your foot through it.
Well, there's going to be a corner here. Everybody back for Hull. 19 gone, and Norwich about to open the deadlock here on Talksport 2. Ball's going to be swung in towards the near post. Allsop stays at home. It's headed away to the edge of the area. Hull will bring it down in the D, and now Sharp will try and break forward. He gets it away to Carvalho. Just had to wait for the ball to check into his path, and it's picked up on this near side by Sara, who now will try and go past his man, and the ball now works its way across to the far side of the field, and Hull clear it up towards halfway. I think they're still coming in, the Hull fans, Neil. We've just seen a group of young fellas working their way past the press box there as they try and find their seat.
Yeah, I tell you what, I've never seen this stadium as full, to be honest with you. It's a fantastic turnout for this. It'd be interesting to see what the crowd is.
Yeah, it'll be upwards of way over 20,000, I think, tonight. 0-0 at the moment. The crowd looking on expectantly here. A win, remember, would lift Hull into the top six. Ahead of tomorrow's action, we'll be around the grounds tomorrow on Talksport with Adrian Durham from 2:30 as normal. As Sharp does well now to feed the ball back here, and a nice little run gets it away on this near side. Here now is Jacob making up numbers from fullback. Can he deliver a cross? Level with the edge of the area, gets it to Carvalho, goes down. He was caught there. Free kick 25 yards out, dead level with the left-hand side of the penalty area. He was just too quick there for Ashley Barnes.
Yeah, clever there, Carvalho, because really his touch is backwards and it's not taking him anywhere. It's taking him away from the danger, if anything. And he just sees Barnes coming in, and he sticks a leg out just to make the challenge. He makes the most of it and goes over. And this is a free kick in a dangerous position for Hull City, slightly to the left of the penalty box as they're attacking the end. And it's got a good angle on it.
Well, Twine is over it as a right-footed option, maybe to curl it towards that far post. Tyler Morton is there as well. Everybody back. There's a line of 9 yellow shirts about 16 yards in front of Angus Gunn's goal. There's one player right on the edge of the penalty area as Twine delivers it towards the far post, and Gunn came and punched it. Maybe it was a little bit too high anyway for the on-rushers. Now they're going to get a free kick on the other side of the field. That was a really needless push there from the Norwich defender. And that was Giannoulis, who just barged into the back of the Hull player. And having had a free kick from the left, now they've got one from the right.
Well, this is in an even better position. I don't know what he's doing there, Giannoulis, because he gets there at the same time as Jacob Greaves, and all he's got to do is stand up. Big defenders facing his own goal, going back away from the Norwich penalty area, and he just pushes him over. It's ridiculous.
21 on the clock. You're live on Talksport 2. Mark Wilson with Neil Redfern here at the MKM Stadium. Hugh Wozencroft back at base. And a free kick down the right-hand side now. And this will be Morton to whip it in. This time the Norwich defenders are just 7 yards away from their goal as they try and crowd out the Hull attackers. Here's the delivery now. Whipped in, into a great delivery, and Greaves just couldn't get a header on it. If he gets anything on that, it's in the back of the net. And now the break could be on. Going the other way. Norwich bursting forward here. Towards halfway they go. Tufan did really well. Gets back to deny Saints. And Hull win it back now. Hull are attacking. Carvalho lays it off. Ball driven forward, and that's another foul by Norwich, who are starting, I think, here to test the patience of the referee, Mr. Kitchen. That's 3 blatant fouls in the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, both sides really open in transition. You know, first Norwich breakout, Hull look really vulnerable in them central areas, and then it's a poor touch from a Norwich City attacker. I think it's Sands that overruns it slightly. And again, it's Hull City that get on the ball, and they start breaking down the other end. The referee's lost his patience and booked his man, but it's really open now, this game.
Kenny McLean it was who went in the book, was up for Player of the Month, wasn't in the Championship, but beaten to it. Scott Twine is about 30 yards out. Is he thinking about a shot here, Neil Redfern?
Well, if this goes in, I think you've got to ask questions about the goalkeeper. It's a full 30 yards out.
It is. Let's see what he does, Scott Twine. Well, he's a bit of a magician from free kicks, but this is a big ask. Here he comes now. No, he's just going to float it in towards the edge of the penalty area. It bounces. Carvalho on the volley. Charged down by Norwich, who again will look to break. Now they've got a free kick, and that looked a little bit of a nasty challenge on the edge of the box. There was a high boot involved, but the referee's happy that a free kick suffices. 23 gone. It's Hull 0, Norwich 0.
Yeah, they've dealt quite well with what Hull City have had to throw at them so far. Norwich, they look composed and competent at the back. They've not been flustered. You know, they're not in a good position in the league, and there's a little bit of pressure that comes with that. They'll know that. They're a big club. They've got some good players. They want to be higher up the table, but I think they've dealt with Hull quite well so far.
They have indeed. Ball played out towards this near side for Norwich. Jonathan Rowe gets it, and then it's sliced forward by Jack Stacey, and it's out for a Hull City throw-in. Still 0-0 here. Huge weekend of footballing action and American footballing action as well across the Talksport network. If you've not got the Talksport app, now might be a good time to get it. It's free and available in all the usual places. I can tell you that Burnley are in front against Luton over on Talksport, and Dooney with a goal there. Burnley 1, Luton 0. Huge game as well for both sides in the relegation picture, as now Rowe is upended just outside the centre circle, and that will be a free kick for Norwich City.
Yeah, brilliant play by Jonathan Rowe. Just as that ball's coming in, he knows the challenge is going to come, and he just drops his shoulder and feints and goes the other way, invites the challenge and just rides it with his body. Gets his team a free kick right in the centre of Hull City's half. It's good play.
Yeah. So now the turn of Norwich. 0-0 here. A game really tonight over on Talksport that Burnley have to win, given how far away from safety they are. Free kick played out wide. There was a chance to volley the cross in there, and they didn't take it. Giannoulis was a little bit hesitant. That allowed Coyle just to clear the ball out for a throw-in over on the far side. Level with the edge of the Hull City penalty area. They've not been down that end too many times, Neil, and they'll be hoping they can get some kind of pressure on the goal of Ryan Alsop.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think that's just one of the occasions when the pitch has been really lively. Just skipped up there, and both players were a little bit unsure of what to do. In the end, it's Coyle who puts the ball out for a throw-in, but both sides feel quite pleased with the way they both started, to be honest with you. Both managers will be pleased. Both have shown moments and got in front of the goal at times. I think Norwich have managed a side that's playing with confidence quite well.
Here's Allsop. Oh, that was risky, playing out inside his own penalty area on this field. Morton did well. Tufan goes down, referee says play on. Here's Billy Sharp back to goal, just inside his own half. Invites Louis Coyle into the action. And then there's no out ball forward, so you just got to wait and allow the whole players to make their way further down the field. Here's Allsop again, inside his own penalty area. Gets it away to Jacob Greaves, who now will find on this near side Matthew Jacob. But the ball played forward is given away, but Sharp did well to get a challenge, and a crunching challenge goes in. Morton thought he'd won the ball, but he was beaten to it in the end. Here now is Rowe down this near side, and now there could be a break on for Hull because Carvalho's nicked the ball away. He's looking in field, there's no real option, so he just offloads it to Scott Twine. Twine 25 yards out from the corner flag, looks to get the ball in here, works it into the feet of Slater. Slater gets it away. Now here is Greaves. Greaves finds Carvalho. Carvalho level with the corner of the penalty area, goes back, and Hull will build again. Everybody back. You can see the 4-4-2 formation almost across the field in front of us here. Here now down the right is Tufan. He can't control it. That ball rolls out, much to the delight of the Norwich fans over on that far corner, and it's a throw-in. 27 gone here on Talksport 2. It's Hull 0, Norwich 0.
Yeah, good example of getting back quickly into your shape there from Norwich City. Be really pleased with that, David Wagner. Nowhere to go for Hull City.
Ball played forward though, Norwich, and they've no out ball at the moment. Twine gets it back, gives it to Coyle. Here's Morton, feeds it, little round the corner pass. Twine gets it out wide on the right, cross driven in. Sharp was waiting 6 yards out, but Tufan's ball was cleared straight over his head and out for a throw in far side of the field. But Hull are really dominating in terms of territory at the moment. Norwich finding it tough to get out of their own half. And now they've just about avoided giving away a corner, but the ball picked up by Hull midway inside the Norwich half again. Not the best pass to Slater. Rowe tries to nick it in. Jacob did really well there, and Hull retained possession with Tyler Morton. Now they're looking to work it in. Sharp made the run, but the pass was just too strong, and it's picked up by Angus Gunn. And approaching 28.5 minutes gone, it is still 0-0.
Yeah, great little bit of movement by Billy Sharp in the box. We've come to see him do that regularly through his career. Just got on the shoulder of his marker, threw him a little dummy shot, and then ran in behind, and he's really unlucky. Nearly got into the end of that ball. It's a great ball by Slater, spotted the run. But such a clever player, Billy Sharp.
He is. It's a blow for Hull, no doubt. Not only losing Liam Dillap to injury for 2 or 3 months, that back pass was risky there from Twine, but Allsop was alert to it, and he thumps it downfield, and the ball will roll out of play. Just the Norwich side of halfway. So they've lost Dillap, and of course, if you just joined us, they've lost Aaron Connolly as well. He went off early stages here, so probably without their first choice top 2 strikers. So it's going to be tough tonight for Hull.
Yeah, definitely, and these are the things that can make the difference to your season, you know, going through. If you start losing people that have been regular and that have been performing well throughout the season and got goals and assists, that becomes really tough.
Barnes wins himself a free kick on halfway. It was adjudged that Alfie Jones had unfairly grabbed him, and that's a free kick just on the Norwich side of halfway. They've not offered a great deal so far, Norwich. They've not really been able to get Jonathan Rowe involved, who's been linked with a move to West Ham, of course, in the transfer window. And that's the problem for the Championship clubs at the moment, nearly. Yes, you want to strengthen, but you've also got to keep hold of your good players as well. Well,
that's it, and that, you know, that's the idea of building and creating sides. That, you know, not only do you want to bring better players in, you want to keep the ones you've got, and you know, they won't want to lose too many of these players, Norwich City.
Long diagonal ball forward, trying to get in behind Coyle, who sliced his volley, but still managed to get it away. Finds Slater, who heads it back to Morton. He finds Tufan on the far side, and Tufan will lay it back. And Alfie Jones now will play across towards his near side, and Matthew Jacob. Jacob fires the ball into the centre circle, and Tufan will find Carvalho. And now forward come Hull. Carvalho feeds it to Twine, left-hand side into the penalty area. Looking at working onto his right foot, slams the shot, but didn't quite curl it. He drove it straight, and Gunn looked like he had it covered as it whistled past the far post. Half an hour gone, Hull 0, Norwich 0.
Yeah, good bit of play. Great bit of play. Coming inside on his right foot there, Scott Twine. And to be honest with you, it opens up, the goal opens up, and he loses his man. He's probably got to do a little bit better. You'd like to see him hit the target there, because that whistle's wide of the far post. But again, he's only one thing in his mind. Can he get his shot off? Unlucky.
I think when he hit it, he was hoping to curl it, wasn't he? Almost hit it too well. Morton's back heel. Bounces kindly for Tufan. Here's Regan Slater. Finds Twine 30 yards out. Nice roll it to Carvalho. Carvalho back to goal. Edge of the area. Gets it back now. Little back flick. Can they keep it in? Jacob, he will do. And he's got it right on the corner flag. I don't think he kept that in. He didn't. The linesman was going to give that a Hull City throw, and the referee was significantly nearer, said it's a throw into Norwich. And those kind of flicks, Neil, you've got a new teammate. You've got to quickly learn how he plays, and you're going to get plenty of those, I think. Yeah, you have. But that's the sort of thing that unlocks a defence. You know, Matt, I think that if you're on the same wavelength, and you can get in around Carvalho because he's so aware, you know, when he receives the ball. All played forward. Barnes is wrestling for it. This time he's outnumbered, and the ball bounces off Sargent and will go out for a throw-in. Liam Rossigna rather sarcastically cheers the assistant just to his right-hand side because he got the decision on that one. Yeah, I mean, he's bouncing about in his technical area. He looks like the type of coach that you'd want to play for. He looks a fun guy. He looks like he's enjoying his time with his players. He's having a fantastic season with this Hull City side. Yeah, he is. So many twists and turns to come. Not only the Championship, but the EFL will bring you all those across Talksport and Talksport 2, of course, your home of the EFL. And we mentioned tomorrow 3 live commentaries from the Championship. Coventry Leicester at 12:30, 3 o'clock Cardiff Leeds, 5:30 Ipswich Sunderland. 3 crackers. Add on to that on Talksport 12:30. We kick off Game Day Live with Chelsea against Fulham, and we followed up with all the goals as they go in with Adrian Durham from 2:30. So lots of football, lots of American football tomorrow night as well, as Coyle did well to not only maintain possession but keep the ball in. Played forward to Sharp. Tufan's trying to close down, and he gets on the end of it now. Tufan to the edge of the area, goes past his man and goes down. The referee's having none of it. He said it was a dive from Tufan. Well, it looked like Tufan was in on goal there. That was a huge call. It was McLean, I think, who was defending it, and that would have given him a big decision to make if he gave us a free kick, because McLean's already been booked. Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I think he made a lot of it, Tufan, but there was some contact there. He's lost his man altogether. You know, he sent him 2 ways at once with his dummy. Now Coyle's gone down holding his face, and the referee's gone across to Giannoulis brandishing a yellow card, and Norwich are just getting a bit ragged at the moment. 34 gone here, and it's the second booking of the night for Norwich. Yeah, a little bit of frustration there in that challenge from Giannoulis. Just got to keep his cool, you know, because it's a diagonal ball there, and it's a difficult one for Louis Coyle to deal with, and he just takes the pressure off the Hull City man by coming across him with his elbow and catching him in the face. Gives Hull City a free kick in an half-decent position. It's poor defending, really. Yeah, it's a little bit unnecessary. I mean, Coyle's not the biggest, is he? Full-back, all right, he's playing a lot more advanced, but he's not the biggest character. Local lad. I tell you what, he's one of them that never goes down. I know I worked with Louis Coyle at Leeds United, and he's hard as nails. Yeah, the whole family's been brought up like that. Well, so he must have got caught. Yeah, his brother, a boxer of some repute as well in his time. There's now a free kick wide right-hand side. 35 gone on Talksport 2, 0-0. You'd have to say Hull have been the more aggressive when it comes to attacking intent. Now they've got a free kick. They'll swing it in towards the far post, headed back into the edge of the penalty area. Cleared away. Rowe will head it back inside his own area, but it should be cleared away. But that clearance is blocked, and that was good work from Greaves there, who got a block on it. Norwich have got to throw about 10 yards away from their own corner flag. In fact, we're just seeing on the pictures, you can see the lump on Louis Coyle's forehead from that elbow. So
I tell you
as
what,
Neil Redfern said, he's a tough cookie, Louis Coyle.
Yeah, he's lucky there, you know. The referee could have brandished a red easily, because if that's an elbow.
Well, here's a chance for Rowe going the other way. Rowe breaking forward, 30 yards out. Now he's into the D. Now he's into the area. Pokes it with the outside of his foot. And that is a wonderful goal from Jonathan Rowe with the outside of his right foot. He worked his way into the area and he swings it round gun. And Norwich against the runner player in front. It's Hull 0, Norwich 1.
Well, that's an absolutely brilliant piece of play. Unbelievable dribbling skills from Rowe. Just picks it up and dances his way through the centre of the pitch. I mean, the marking's poor, to be fair, and the defending's poor, but such great feet and balance to keep himself upright and managed to fashion a shot with the outside of his foot. Gave Allsop absolutely no chance, just curled it round with the outside of his right foot into the far corner. I mean, this is against the run of play, but to be fair to Norwich, they've been threatening at times. And if a goal was going to come from them, it was going to come from this man, Rowe. He's got real ability.
That was a superb dribble and an even better finish. Gave Allsop absolutely no chance. And Norwich lead here in Hull. Not what the big crowd wanted to see here. And it's the 1,300 or so Norwich fans that are making plenty of noise over in the far corner of the stadium here. But that was a fine goal on a cold night here in East Yorkshire. Well, that was an exquisite finish. 1-0 Norwich lead. Ball now back with Hull, who are looking to keep it in. And it's back to Allsop, who will hammer it downfield towards Sharp. Chests it down. Ooh, Carvalho got caught. That was a strong challenge, and that was Nunez, and he could be in trouble here. There's a high boot who caught Carvalho, and it's yet another yellow card, this time for Marcelino Nunez.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a real feature of this Norwich City display so far. They've been very physical. They've not shirked the challenges they've come in. They've got about Hull. They've made it difficult for them to play, and they've sort of kept Hull at arm's length. You always felt that they've got that goal in them, Norwich. They've got the quality to do it. You know, the likes of Barnes, Rowe, Sons and Sargent. They've all got ability. And they find themselves in front with a great goal. Fantastic goal from Rowe.
Yeah, 1-0 it is here. The ball works its way to Twine. Have Hull got an instant response? They play it back towards halfway. Just managed to see it again on the replay. It's a great finish with the outside of that right foot. He's hit it. I think he's taken it early as well. That's maybe caught Allsop a little bit by surprise, but I'm not sure he keeps it out anyway, truth be told.
Yeah, I think the key thing as well, Mark, was his balance, because he was dancing past two defenders who slightly put him off balance, but still managed to right himself and finish.
Did. Ball now with Tufan. Hull coming forward. 7 to go to the break. They will remember we had a couple of early stoppages as Aaron Connolly was injured a couple of times, so Hull have got plenty of time left in this first half. Will that ease the pressure on David Wagner? He's here now. Down the left is Carvalho. Oh, he's gone past Rowe, and then Rowe pulls him back, and he's going to get booked. That's 4 bookings now. I made that 4 bookings in 14 minutes.
You know, it's silly because you only need a missed time tackle now. You know, there's 3 or 4 Norwich players on yellow cards. You only need a missed time tackle, and the referee's reaching for a red. Yeah,
well, you are listening to Hull against Norwich in the EFL Championship on Talksport 2 and McDonald's. Order McDelivery on the McDonald's app and get tasty rewards points. 18+ terms and conditions apply. So, a free kick here for Twine. 30 yards out, maybe 7 or 8 yards in from the left touchline, so the right footer's going to swing it towards Gunn's far post. No, he's not. He's going to stab it up and try and find the run here of Carvalho. Carvalho at the near post tried the cross-come shot, and Hull thought that got deflected. I must admit, I was in agreement, but Carvalho never appealed. It lands on the roof of the net, and it's a goal kick. It's Hull 0, Norwich 1.
Yeah, I mean, they've been quite inventive, Hull City, with the free kicks. But from that angle, with the amount of firepower they've got up there, you're just thinking, put that ball across the goalkeeper and see if they can get a golden black shirt across him to get a finish on it.
Ball given away here, sharp edge of the area. Oh, he couldn't control it. Still manages to find Tufan. Tufan finds Coyle wide on the right-hand side. Coyle with the left foot, puts the cross in, headed away well from the centre of the area by Duffy. But Morton will pick it up down the right-hand side. Coyle makes a run, trying to make space. Tufan has it, corner of the area, little back heel. Morton into the area now. Oh, he went for the left-footed shot and he almost rolled his boot across the top of the ball and didn't get any power on it. Coyle now will whip the ball in, headed away by McLean at the near post. Tufan heads it across to the far side. Coyle is beaten to it. Tufan wins it back, and those two exchange passes, and Coyle does well to get the ball away to Slater, who finds Carvalho back to goal about 30 yards out, and he will lay it back. Good little bit of play from Hull. Can they find something on the end of it here? The ball breaks to Giannoulis on the far side, and now they're trying to play out from the back, Norwich, and maybe it's just better to get rid of it, and that's what they do. And Hull, listen to that roar here at the MKM Stadium. They're getting the ball back, Neil, and at the moment Norwich cannot get out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking at the stats, Mark. 62% possession for Hull City, 38 obviously for Norwich, but their expected goals 0.22 for Hull, 0.30 for Norwich. They're carrying a threat going forward, Norwich. I think that Hull know that.
Yeah, ball played forward by Hull, is headed away. It's picked up on the far side by Sara. And the ball now works its way back. Norwich have it edge of their own penalty area. They lead by a goal to nil. 3.5 to go, the 45. Ball played out to Barnes. He lays it back now to Duffy, who just rolls the ball to Nunez, who exchanges passes with Sara. And Norwich, now they've got the lead, they're quite happy to say to Hull, well, you come and get it. We've got it, you need it.
I think they've been quite impressive here, Mark, Norwich. I think they've managed the threat of Hull quite well. I think both centre-backs, Duffy and McLean, have been absolutely outstanding, because they've got some good balls in the box as well, Hull City, but they've just dealt with it.
Yeah, Rowe picks the ball up after a poor pass from Greaves. He's weaving his way back towards his own goal, offloads the ball. I can't help but feel the loss of Connolly has had a big impact on Liam Rosenior's side, because Billy Sharp, as you mentioned, he's not going to run in behind anymore and stretch the line, is he?
No.
He wants it in the feet so he can look after it.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm looking at Carvalho. I know it's on first appearance, but you know, he's flitting in and out of the game.
Well, he is. Well, that might be down to his teammates as well, not getting involved as much. He's certainly operating down the centre now. There's a ball, Sharp let it run for Tufan, but Tufan wasn't aware of the Sharp dummy, and Norwich pick it back up, and they have it with 2 minutes to go, the 45. Norwich leading by a goal to nil. Jonathan Rowe with a goal. Great finish as well it was.
I tell you what's been a real feature of this half for Norwich as well. They've done it brilliantly. Nunez in midfield has just dropped in between the two centre-backs quite a few times now, just to make it like a three. So they've got an overload at the back to get out. They found it difficult to stop it, Hull City.
Here now is Carvalho working forward down the left. His close control is denied by Duffy, who knocks it out for a throw-in that Twine would like Matty Jacob to take. He has it now, and here's Greaves on this near side. Looks to play the ball off Rowan out, but didn't go out of play, so Hull will retain possession. Here's Twine, little nutmeg down the line, but again Sharp on heels, and that's a little bit too easy for Kenny McLean, the Norwich captain. Ball out to Giannoulis, who is quickly under pressure. Norwich, though, patiently building up, but then they've given it away to Tufan. And now the ball played in the feet. This time Sharp does well and finds Tufan far side. Regan Slater has it, edge of the centre circle. 1-0 Norwich lead going into the final minute of the opening 45. There will be at least a few minutes added on, I would imagine, here on Talksport 2. Mark Wilson with the former Leeds boss Neil Redfern here at the MKM Stadium, that's packed to the rafters, but home fans not getting the result they wanted up to press. John Rowe's goal has Norwich in front.
It's good play by Hull City, you know, keeping the ball. They must have kept the ball for a full 90 seconds there, which is a long time in football. But they've got just such a good shape, Norwich City. There's just no light there for Hull to find a pass that's going to get them in and around that Norwich box.
Well, there could be a pass there, because Twine's found a bit of room down the left-hand side of the area. Wanted to go on his right foot, tries to pull it back, and Rowe just hammers it out. I wonder there if the first chance was the best chance for Twine.
Yeah, spot on. You know, it presented itself. Sometimes you just got to do simple things really well.
Here's Carvalho, a little step over on the left touchline, raise it back to Slater. He now finds Morton, little pirouette, the Cruyff turn, retains possession. Slater has it. Norwich defending edge of their own penalty area. As the ball now goes out to that right-hand side, and Coyle brings it down. We have got 6 added on minutes at the end of the first half, due to those 2 Connolly injuries. Here now the ball comes across to the left. It won't reach Carvalho. It's headed away by Stacey and out for a throw-in. So plenty of time here for Hull to level things up before the break. They've got the ball. They're dominating possession, but crucially they trail by that row goal to nil.
Yeah, this is really difficult to break down. Every Norwich player is in his own half, doing the defensive work. All hands to the pump. They know the importance of getting in at half-time, 1-0 up.
Crunching tackle from Coyle. Did he catch Boya Saints? Saints has gone down. He's quickly bounced up. Referee's told him to get on with it. And it's out for a Norwich throw-in. But that's the type of tackle that gets the crowd going again here. A minute almost to the minimum 6 added on to be has already been played here. And it is Hull 0, Norwich 1. Live and exclusive on Talksport 2. Don't forget live Premier League action on Talksport. Last time we checked in, it was the home side, Burnley, who led by a goal to nil, and that is the case at half-time as well. Second half live and exclusive over on Talksport as Sharp tried to gamble in behind McLean, but McLean won the header. Here now advancing is Jacob. He gets the ball to Morton. Morton finds Tufan, 25 yards out, finds Twine. Twine finds Carvalho. Carvalho into the edge of the area, tried to pull it back, and there were too many yellow shirts in the way. And maybe again he could have gone for glory there, and I think the fans would have forgiven him. He's got it back on the left. What can he produce here? Goes past one but can't go past two, and it's behind for a goal kick, and a little bit of frustration there from Carvalho. And again, Neil, I think everyone would forgive him if he'd have had a shot there, or a bit of narrow angle. There were just too many yellow shirts in the way, weren't there?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think they've turned opportunities down on a few occasions now, Hull City. You know, he's done okay, Carvalho. I mean, I've seen him play better, if I'm honest. I think he's been too easy to snuff out. You're looking for that inventive play. We're looking for him to start going past players. He's not really done that. You know, and he looks a little bit of a lone figure, Billy Sharp, down the middle. Tufan wins the header, but straight at a yellow shirt. Picked up in centre field. Here's Twine, though, going forward for Hull. Goes past his man. Then he feels he's outnumbered, so he waits for support to arrive. That support arrives from Jacob. Gets it back to Greaves. Greaves struggled with a bouncing ball. Barnes nicked it away from him, but thankfully for Hull, Greaves was quicker to get back to his feet than Ashley Barnes was. That could have been a run-in from halfway there. Yeah, brilliant. I'm just looking at Norwich's shape now. They've really denied central areas, got bodies back in. Better play from Sharp, gets it to Carvalho, crunching tackle, edge of the area. Great tackle as well it was from Norwich. Stacey, it was on the cover. Here goes Slater, though. Edge of the area, tries to work it. Hull have got an overload on that right-hand side. They need some bodies in the box where Twine and Billy Sharp wait. They're working it right-hand side. Someone needs to put the cross in. They'll feed it to Carvalho, who's on the right now. He's outnumbered by yellow shirts. The ball thumped forward. There's nobody there. Yeah. And now this ball's coming back with Alfie Jones. Gets it away to Greaves. Yeah, just overplaying a little bit for me, Hull City. You know, you could put that ball in the box. There's plenty of shirts in there. The problem they've got at the moment, Hull, there's no big attacking threat, is there? Billy Sharp's not the tallest, Scott Twine's not the tallest, Carvalho similar for him. Yeah. So they need balls into the box maybe to be on the ground. Twine tries to go past Stacey, who makes a lovely tackle, then goes past his man. He's gone past Jacob now. Covering defender is Slater. Stacey's still going, just has to check back. Still retains possession. Great run that. And then he'll roll it all the way back to the halfway line. That was wonderful play from the Norwich right back. Yeah, magnificent run that. Beat two stewards in the end. He did. On that right-hand side. 4 minutes of the minimum 6 gone here on Talksport 2. The end of the first half. Tight affair this one. Hull 0, Norwich 1. Jonathan Rowe's goal. A lovely individual goal. Great dribble. Lovely finish with the outside of his right boot. As now Nunez will just hit it long. Rowe's going to give chase here, so Jacob has got to be tidy about his work. He is. He gets it back to Allsop. And Allsop will have a touch, and he looks up. And there are 3 Norwich players, 4 now in front of him. He's got to be careful with his pass. He gives it to Alfie Jones, and Norwich are happy to let Jones have it. Back to Allsop it goes. Around about 90 seconds of added on time here, and it's the visitors who lead by a goal to nil. Yeah, I think they've got to be pleased with that first half. Norwich City, they've really done the homework, really got the tactics spot on. They're finding it difficult, Hull, to make any headway. Ball over on the far side here.
Hull are trying to play out from the back, but they're not really going anywhere at the moment. Ball back to Allsop, who decides enough's enough. He'll go long. Jacobs made a good run from full-back, and he got a flick on that, but the ball bounces off Duffy, and Duffy was quickest to react as the ball was bobbling around, and he gets it away, and McLean now will play it out. And Norwich, despite the fact they're deep in their own half, are happy to pop off a couple of passes here, and they retain possession. Now they're looking for the switch of play to Stacey, who will do well to make anything of that. He finds Rowe, flicks the ball behind him. It'll beat Barnes, and the ball from Greaves. Not the best back pass to Allsop, but he's got time to run across and collect it. And he now will go middle of his own penalty area. In the last few seconds have added on time, end of the first half. And well, Liam Rossini's got a little bit of work to do here at half-time. They lost Aaron Connolly to injury after he'd picked up a couple of knocks in the opening 14 minutes. And the deadlock was broken around about 10 minutes before the break. Wonderful goal from Jonathan Rowe. Mazy run and a great finish. And that, at the moment, is the difference between the two sides as the referee blows the whistle. A couple of boos, but more out of frustration than anything else, because Hull have had lots of the ball. They've looked very good until they've got to the final third, but they haven't created too much. Scott Twine for his one shot across the Angus Gunn goal, probably the nearest that Hull have got. At the other end, Jonathan Rowe, wonderful little dribble, took him into the D, took his shot early with the outside of his right foot, gave Ryan Allsop no chance at all in the Norwich goal. Norwich came here knowing a win would lift them up to 2 points just behind the top six. They also knew a win would lift the pressure on their manager David Wagner, and at half-time that pressure is being lifted. Can Hull turn it around? We'll find out at the MKM Stadium at half-time. It's Hull 0, Norwich 1.
Well, it's been energetic, frenetic at times, high-paced, as Neil Redfern told us it would be, given the condition of the pitch. You felt Hull City, if they could just get that chemistry in the final third, would have carved themselves out a good opportunity to score, given the territory and possession they had during that first half. But it wasn't to be. They were sucker punched by John Rowe, who scored a fantastic goal. His breakout season continues, Neil. Brilliant finish. It came, in my opinion, against the run of play. You tell me. His 12th of the season, by the way, for the 20-year-old.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that entirely. You know, I mean, they've made all the running. Hull City, you know, they probably overplayed a little bit around the penalty box. If we're nitpicking, you know, they could have put the ball in earlier at times, could have took shots earlier at times, but you know, it was a goal of pure magic that's separating these two sides. I mean, brilliant from Jonathan Rowe. He picked the ball up, no right to score from the position where he received it, but he just danced his way through that centre of the pitch, and his balance and his touch and his poise just to curl the ball with the outside of his right foot past Allsop in goal, giving him absolutely no chance. I mean, it was a goal fitting up win any game, but brilliant from the striker.
The officials have had an impact, and I think they had an impact on the goal, which is why I bring them up next, because in the build-up to that, it was a pretty crazy period. We saw Tufan go down for Hull. It could have been a penalty. I guess it was adjudged to be a dive. Nothing was given. If it had been, it could well have been a second yellow for McLean. They could have had a player sent off there. They pretty much should have had a player sent off a minute later. It was clearly an arm thrown from Dimitrios Giannoulis toward Louis Coyle. He's got a lump on his forehead to show for that, but you could see the clear motion of the arm, and there was contact as well. And after the goal, just after the goal, Nunez caught Carvalho studs high on the thigh, and that was a probable straight red card, which was given as a yellow card. Very, very lucky indeed. But was it maybe a tactic from David Wagner and Norwich in that first half? The level of aggression, I don't want to give them too much credit for it, but have they maybe shaken Hull up a bit?
Yeah, I think they've been physical with them. I think they've got the tactics spot on, if I'm honest with you. They've matched them up at times when they've gone to jump and press. They found it difficult, Hull. You know, they've sent the ball down areas where Hull didn't want to go, and into where they've got bodies, Norwich City, and they've been aggressive with Hull. You know, and I think you're right to say it, Hugh, that you know, at times they've been close to, you know, to being red card challenges. Definitely the one on Louis Coyle, because as soon as you raise your arm to an opponent, you know, and obviously the lump on Louis Coyle's head is the proof of the pudding. But you know, it's a shocking decision from Giannoulis, and he's been right on the edge of his game with his challenges at times. You know, and he's not the only Norwich City player that's been like that. It has been a feature of what they've done, but you know, they put themselves in a tricky position now because they can't afford to lose any players, because Hull City are the type of side that can pick holes in this Norwich team.
They have, if you like, done a job on Hull City in that first half. How pleased do you think David Wagner will be with his side's performance?
Yeah, I'd be really pleased because he's got his tactics spot on. You know, that little bit of rotation that Hull have got in wide areas at times and in midfield. You know, players have stuck to the job. They've denied space. They've packed out that central area. They've made Hull predictable at times. You know, and I'd be pleased with the fact that, you know, they've managed the key moments of the game. And, you know, when they did get the chance to get the noses in front, it was a fantastic finish from Jonathan Rowe. And then you look at the, you know, they were happy just to camp in a low block. You know, Norwich, the yellow shirts, totally in their own half, filling every part of that half of the pitch. And they just found it really, really difficult, Hull. They're just going to have to rejig and try and find a way through this.
What message from Liam Rossini to his Hull City players then at half-time? Because they've done some things very, very well. The big blow for them was losing Aaron Connolly very early on. And his mobility, we know already that Liam Delap is out injured for the next 2 to 3 months, so they have to get used to life without him. But Connolly, going out of this match so early, hit the ground quite hard with that collision with Gunn in the Norwich goal, but he was also down injured for a few minutes prior to that as well. Billy Sharp's come on for his 400th Championship appearance. Sheffield United fans watching on TV pointing out he's still wearing club shin pads, so he's loyal to the Blades through and through, but he'll want to make an impact in a Hull City shirt as well. What impact can he have in this second half? Because he has changed the way that Hull want to attack.
Yeah, he has. I mean, you know, Billy's predominantly been really good with his back to goal. You know, he's such a clever little player, and if you can get bodies up in and around him, and Hull haven't really done that. You know, they've countered quite a lot. They've been a transition team. You know, they've looked dangerous on the break, and he needs support, Billy. You know, obviously, you know, he needs that type of ball into him in and around the box where he can twist and turn and drop little balls off, get a half a yard, get his shots off. Not really had the service, if I'm honest. You know, that might be something that Liam Rossini brings up at half-time amongst his teammates. You know, that he needs to have that. But, you know, I think Billy Sharp's just one of those players you just cannot leave alone in the box, because you only switch off for a minute and he'll find the back of the net. You know, and a couple of little bits of movement he had during the half where he lost the centre-backs, Duffy and McLean, who've been absolutely outstanding, by the way, at the back for Norwich. But this is going to be a tough one for Hull City, you know, because it's a side that's got a new identity, that's finding a way through, that's having a really good season. But you've got a manager here that's really cute, you know, David Wagner, and he's set his side up really well.
We are nicely poised for the second half. Neil Redfern, thank you very much. He'll be back alongside Mark Wilson in just under 10 minutes or so for the second half at the MKM Stadium. And as I say, it's nicely poised. Remember, there's a full house there. They've come to see Fabio Carvalho's debut and their team get back into the top 6, but it's not going as they would have hoped so far for those Tigers fans, because as it stands, it's the Canaries of Norwich City who are going to within 2 points of the top 6 in the Championship. Will they hold on? You'll find out next here on Talksport 2.
EFL Live on Talksport 2 with McDonald's. Fancy a Big Mac for the big match? Order McDelivery now on the McDonald's app and get tasty reward points delivered too. 18 plus. Rewards account required. Participating restaurants. Subject to availability. Delivery fees and terms apply.
Why do I race for life? For my biggest cheerleader, the best strawberry pancake maker, my fave hair braider and matching PJ buddy. The most forgetful person I know, but the one who makes me feel so happy and calm. She ran with me in her tummy, with me in the pushchair, and now with me by her side. My mum's name is Crystal, and I'm racing for her.
No matter how cancer affects us, life is worth racing for. Sign up to your local event at raceforlife.org by the 31st of Jan to get 50% off entry, in partnership with headline sponsor Standard Life.
At B&Q and TradePoint, get 4 for 3 on flooring and 20% off wall and floor tiles. So from perfect porches to chic showers, transform your home for less. Shop in-store or online. You can do it. Exclusions apply. Value of every 4th item per single transaction in descending price order deducted. Ends 31st of January. See DIY.com.
At Honda, we've been engineering cars for over 75 years, actually. We know that excellence takes time. So you can rely on the Honda engineering in the all-new ENY1. With a range of up to 250 miles on a single charge and up to 5 years warranty, servicing and roadside assistance. our first electric SUV, the ENY1. Oh, a hole-in-one.
Yes.
Honda, the power of dreams. Range based on test conditions and may vary.
The Vodafone Big Winter Sale is now on. And you can save big too, with huge savings of up to 50% on your airtime plan. Available with some of your favourite devices. So hurry, these amazing offers won't last long. The Big Winter Sale ends 30th of January. Vodafone.
Credit check, saving verification and terms apply. Vodafone.co.uk/terms.
For football fans, New Year means one thing: new signings. Daily transfer window updates on Talksport with Intuit QuickBooks. Listen to White and Jordan weekday mornings from 10 and get the inside track on all the movement in the transfer market from the most well-connected men in football.
And they're back in the game!
The big money business, the last-minute loans, the superstar signings.
What a debut!
Stay ahead of the game with daily transfer window updates on Talksport with Intuit QuickBooks. That's how you business differently.
Talksport 2, official broadcast partner of the EFL.
Saturday night.
Live Championship football on Talksport 2.
High-intensity, expressive football.
Oh, that's magnificent!
Ipswich versus Sunderland.
And it's smuggled in on the line.
Coverage from 5, kick-off 5:30.
It's a sensational goal!
Saturday night on Live Football Dynamo.
Talksport 2.
NFL Live, Sunday night from 5 on Talksport 2. You won't miss a blitz, a rush, a tackle, or a touchdown of the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Buffalo Bills. Over to you, Bob.
Thanks, Bob. Here full coverage of the all-highfalutin, rootin' tootin' action.
Sunday night from 5 on Talksport 2.
It's the totally immersive football experience.
Tucked into the near post.
EFL Game Day Live
on Talksport 2.
Well, here's a chance for Rowe going the other way. Rowe breaking forward, 30 yards out. Now he's into the D. Now he's into the area. Pokes it with the outside of his foot. And that is a wonderful goal from Jonathan Rowe with the outside of his right foot. He worked his way into the area and he swings it round gun. And Norwich against the runner player in front. It's Hull 0, Norwich 1.
Well, Norwich have won only 2 of their last 11 championship matches away from home, but they are halfway towards an important victory on the road thanks to a fantastic solo goal from Jonathan Rowe, 12th of the season from him, and it could take the Canaries to within 2 points of the playoff places. They want to hold on in the second half. They lead Hull City by 1-0. We'll have the second 45 minutes with you very, very shortly. Reminder over on Talksport right now, 60 minutes on the clock. Burnley 1, Luton 0, a massive game towards the bottom. Both sides, of course, in the relegation zone. But if Burnley can hold on after Zeki Amdouni's opener in the first half, they'll be moving just a point behind Luton and 2 points behind Everton. So closer to survival in the Premier League for Vincent Kompany's side. But it's a big 30 minutes for both them and Luton in terms of their chances of survival. Remember, you can ask for TalkSport on your smart speaker. It's available on DAB. Make sure you got the TalkSport app as well, because you can move seamlessly between both live games this evening. Remember, much more to come in the championship exclusively here on Talksport 2 in the coming days. We'll have live football tomorrow, 3 live fixtures back-to-back, and what a game we have to kick off the day. Coventry City hosting Leicester City in what is sure to be a feisty Midlands derby. Ahead of the game, Sky Blues boss Mark Robbins says he's feeling positive about the long-term direction of the football club.
We haven't had that experience of playing in the Premier League for a long time, and all of the benefits that can come with that. You know, these have won the league in 2016. They won the FA Cup not long after, and like I say, they've earned the right to build the squad over time. They've got a really good academy, brilliant training ground, great stadium, well supported. You know, everything looks rosy. To see them come down last year was a surprise, really, with the squad that they had. But that's the nature of football. They're trying to build, we're building in a different way, and we've not been in the Premier League since 2001 or something, so it's been a long time coming, but we're building and we have to maintain that trajectory, really, and this is a really good game. You test yourself against the best in the division. We're 8th in the table at the moment, and there's 20 games left to play. There's still a lot of ups and downs in it, but we want to have a real go and attack the second half of the season if we can.
Well, Leicester City look like they could win the Championship with their eyes closed, to be perfectly honest. But Coventry City in fantastic form right now, and they will take some beating in front of their own fans tomorrow. It's at 12:30 kickoff. Following that at 3 o'clock, grudge match as always between Cardiff City and Leeds United. That's a 3 o'clock kickoff. Adrian Clark, Nigel Adderley, the former Arsenal winger, Perry Groves with you for that one. It's not on UK TV, so make sure you're with us exclusively on Talksport 2 before Ipswich will look to put the pressure on Leicester, maybe respond to their victory earlier on in the day as they host Sunderland. Sunderland fresh off the back of that defeat to big rivals Newcastle in the FA Cup third round. They want to bounce back in style, and I think a win at Portman Road would certainly fit into that category. The commentary comes from Joe Shannon and the former Chelsea defender Scott Minto. So loads of action for you this weekend. We'll also have the start of the NFL playoffs, by the way. Keep an eye out for that Saturday night, Sunday night, into Monday evening as well. We'll have all of the games for you live here, or 5 of the 6 games live for you here on Talksport 2. So make sure you download the Talksport app, get it wherever you are, especially if you're on the night shift. Listen, it looks like there might be changes coming in the second half at the MKM Stadium. A few instructions being given down in the dugouts. Let's head back to the MKM Stadium and join Neil Redfern, who's alongside Mark Wilson for the second half, which is just about to get underway. So I'll leave you with both gentlemen for an important 45 minutes at the break. Hull City 0, Norwich City 1 in the company, as I say, of Neil Redfern and Mark Wilson.
Cheers, Hugh. Looks like David Wagner might have agreed with you, Hugh, regarding Dimitrios Giannoulis, who was lucky to stay on the field. Well, David Wagner's withdrawn him from the action at half-time. Sam McCallum is on in his place, so that is a change as we're underway for the second half here as Norwich go from right to left, will knock it long, and McCallum launches into the challenge there, but couldn't quite get it under control. We'll give you the two teams in a moment as Hull now look to break the other way. And they have it on halfway. Morton will lay it back to Coyle. Coyle knocks it down the touchline and it's headed out for a throw-in. So we'll start with the visitors then. They've got Gunn in goal. A back four now of McCallum, McLean, Duffy and Stacey. Saran, Nunez holding with Rowe, Barnes and Seitz behind Josh Sargent, who leads the line up top. For Hull, they've got Allsop in goal, a back four of Coyle, Greaves, Jones and Jacob. Slater and Morton holding with Twine, Tufan and Carvalho behind Billy Sharp, who replaced Aaron Connolly in that first half. So we've had just short of a minute here. Hull are looking to attack. Ball turned over, Norwich have it back. Neil Redfern, what do you think that Liam Rossini would have said to his side at half-time?
There's not a lot wrong, to be honest with you. I think they've overplayed at times when they've got in the final third. I think, they could have took shots earlier, they could have crossed more. I think they've got to get more bodies in and around the box. I think they've got to get support in and around Billy Sharp. There's no point playing Billy Sharp unless you're going to support him. But if you do get bodies in around him, he's so clever with his back to goal. He'll bring people into the game.
Well, McCallum's just been dispossessed. Here on the far side is Matty Jacob. He lays it back for Regan Slater. 1-0 Norwich lead here. Can they see the job out, or will the home side the away side pick up a big 3 points, or will Hull turn it around as they clear the ball forward? Hull is picked up on halfway by Norwich. Rowe's goal was being talked about in the press room at half-time. Such was the quality of the strike, and he's off again here, and that may well draw a whistle. I'm thinking there might have been a yellow card coming there for Matty Jacob, but Rowe's just done him for pure skill, hasn't he? No real malicious intent with a foul, but it was a blatant foul nevertheless.
Yeah, I mean, to me, at this moment in time, out of all the playmakers that are on the pitch, Carvalho, Tufan, Rowe has been the absolute standout. His ability to go past players. He's got a real purpose when he picks it up and sets off with it. And you either bring him down or he gets his way, he gets in front of goal, and another fantastic run with the ball there.
Yeah, 1-0 Norwich lead here, 1-0 Burnley lead Luton. That's live on Talksport right now. Free kick for Norwich then. 35 yards out. They're going to swing it towards the edge of the penalty area. Headed partially away on the volley. It's hit first time. And in the end, it's well wide. It was, well, almost worth the effort there from Norwich. It was Sarah, in fact, it was Boya Saints who had the effort. Worth a hit, Neil. I know you're a big fan. If you don't shoot, you don't score. But he didn't quite get hold of it there, Saints.
No, it was a high tariff as well. It's coming back to him. You know, difficult height. I mean, he kept it down, to be fair, but just couldn't steer it onto the target.
Barnes tries to find Sargent. Slater nicks it away from him. All over on the far side, and Tufan's done well. He's nicked the ball away from Stacey on halfway. Now he cuts in field. Looks like Twine and Tufan have swapped sides, doesn't it? Twine on the right now as we look. Tufan over on the left. 3.5 gone second half. Still 1-0 to Norwich. Liam Rossini's side continue to struggle of late. Not quite got the consistency they would want.
But just look at the ball speed as well, Mark. You know, when they're playing the ball across, it's too slow. You know, it's giving Norwich a chance to get across and get in shape. You know, there's all the yellow shirts hammering across the pitch now as the ball goes out to Coyle. The ball speed's got to be quicker.
Yeah.
You know, I know it's a difficult surface.
Twine tries to play a ball in for Morton, whose legs wouldn't get there. Carvalho couldn't get on the end of it. It's hammered away for a throw into Hull City here. Well, a chance to go into the top 6. We've got 2 balls on the field now. Referee just stops play. Instructs Louis Coyle to take the throw-in again, and he does take the throw-in. Tries to get in behind McCallum, who's now got to clear his lines. Hooks it forward. Coyle will head it back to the edge of the penalty area. Here's Regan Slater now, 25 yards out, moves it across to Jacob. He feeds it to Tufan. Tufan down the left-hand side of the penalty area, lays it back. Billy Sharpwaite's in the middle. Tufan got it back on the left corner of the box. He goes back now to Greaves. Greaves works it out wide on the left. Crossing opportunity is here. There are 4 or 5 Tigers waiting in the middle. It falls into Tufan, gone past his man and gone down, and that might be a booking for a dive. It is. Well, there was a controversial moment in the first half when Tufan went down. The referee didn't do anything on that occasion, didn't give a free kick for or against him. This time Tufan went straight down and the referees booked him for simulation.
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to see that one again. I mean, it looked pretty convincing from here, but we're a fair way back. The referee was adamant with his decision. Mr. Kitchen.
Yeah, well, that was a chance, and that was better that time. Hull had more bodies in the box. Here's Coyle defending on halfway. Dispossessed, and then challenge comes in from Sargent. Not seen much of Sargent as an attacking threat, Neil, but he's certainly putting himself about and making it hard for the Hull players when they've got possession.
He is, yeah. I mean, if you'd asked them that front line for Hull City, they'd want the ball into them quicker, you know, so they can get at players 1v1, you know. It's been a little bit laboured at times. I know they're trying to work the ball through central areas, and credit to Hull City that they're not just throwing the ball up there, they're passing their way in.
Ball played down the channel, brilliantly kept in there by Twine, who now finds Carvalho. Carvalho just has to hold on to possession, feeds it back to Twine. Little step over from Twine, finds Morton, who switches play now and invites Greaves forward. Over the halfway line he goes. 6 gone second half, still 1-0. Norwich lead here, the Rowe goal. Well, you won't see too many better goals than that this weekend. Brilliant finish. Ball into the feet of Sharp, who tried to flick it round the corner. It breaks for Slater. Slater's upended. Now, is he going to get a booking for diving? Well, that looked as blatant a foul as you'd see all day, but he's gone down. That's 2 bookings for simulation inside 2 minutes.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one, to be honest with you. You know, I think he's trying to make the point. Mr. Kitchen, the referee. That looked a free kick to me.
Yeah, that's a rarity. You don't often get 2 bookings for simulation, do you, in one game?
Yeah, I mean, look, he obviously feels that some of these players are trying to fool him to win free kicks. I mean, that looked like a free kick.
Yeah, it did. The Tufan one, as you said, we're probably 60, 70 yards away from it. He did go down quite quickly. We didn't get a good angle of it. We've got no real replay facilities as such here, so we're having to rely on first impression, and the first impression was it looked like it was a foul. Now Hull want to take a throw in quickly. Twine's trying to wrestle with the ball. He's having a wrestling match there with Nunez, who's already been booked, so he needs to be careful. Ball with Morton on halfway. Goes back now. Here's Alfie Jones.
I'll tell you what's going to be interesting here, Mark, is that usually through the course of a game, decisions level themselves up, and there's 3 or 4 Norwich players on yellow cards here.
Yeah. Ball played forward here. Flicked on, there's a collision. Tufan was brave. He comes off on the worst end of it, and the ball's poked clear. They're trying to find Rowe. Rowe then is bundled over, and the referee will say that too is a foul. And in fairness, that did look like a foul on Jonathan Rowe, and he's gone down. Maybe had the wind knocked out of him. They're into the last 20 minutes over on Talksport. Burnley 1, Luton 0. Huge game at the bottom of the Premier League. Amdouni's goal, the difference between the two. Tomorrow we're live and exclusive on Talksport in the Premier League as Chelsea take on Fulham, West London derby. Faker of the Sam Matterface and Martin Key on our commentary team for that. We followed up on Talksport with all the goals as they're going with Adrian Durham from 2:30, and on Talksport 2 it's a feast of championship action. Kicks off 12:30. Coventry Leicester, that should be a good game. Coventry are going really well at the moment. That'll be a big test for the leaders, Leicester. Then at 3 it's Cardiff against Leeds, and we round off the afternoon. We're live at Portman Road. Ipswich against Sunderland. 2 teams looking to be heavily involved in the promotion race at the end of the season. So a cracking day of football tomorrow as the ball blasted against Morton, and now forward come the visitors. Sargent gets it away. Here now is Sainz, cuts in. Can he find a ball? He'll feed it in here. Sargent, at the edge of the area, fires the shot. And it's beaten away by Allsop. It's volleyed back in across the penalty area, and Hull will clear it away. Now they're going to look to try and break down this near side with Twine. Finds Carvalho. If he looks up, there are 2 over on the far side. One of those is Tufan. Takes it on his chest into the edge of the area. Hits it, and he's put it just wide. That would have been a wonderful counter-attacking goal, and when he hit it, half the MKM thought it was going in. It whistles past the post. Still 1-0 Norwich.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how to see that back. I don't know if it clipped the outside of the post, that mark. It's a brilliant strike. He takes it so well. It's a difficult ball to take because the covering fullback coming back round to put him under pressure, and he gets his body in and just shapes it down with his chest. Strikes it beautifully. I mean, that could have gone either way.
It could. Now it's back with Allsop, who just had to make a save at his end of the field as well as he beat away that Sargent shot. Still 1-0 Norwich, but the game starting to open up here as Hull will try and chase an equaliser, and hopefully more than that from their point of view. Ball now inside the Hull half. They'll work it out wide on the left. Jacob has it. He's over halfway. He's been roared forward down that side, but he opted just to play it back. Sharp leading the line, centre of the field. Twine is on the right. Tufan to the left of Sharp. They're trying to work it forward. Here's Morton on the half turn. Can he find a pass? Finds Carvalho, just pops it back to Coyle. Coyle now finds a lovely pass here. Carvalho on the end of it. Carvalho into the area, pulls his shot across goal. Well, they were queuing up in the penalty area, but it was a shot rather than a cross. And it goes past the far post, but Morton's flick off the Coyle pass fed in Carvalho, and that one maybe that was formulated on the training ground at Liverpool. That was brilliant, but it ends with a shot going wide.
Yeah, brilliant play, all on one touch. Just look at Billy Sharp's reaction there. He's saying, put that ball across the 6-yard box, I've got to tap in. And he's right. You know, the time that you don't want him to be greedy, he is.
Well, here the ball back to Twine, looking to hit it on the volley. McLean heads it away from him. Brought down by Morton, couldn't find a teammate. Rowe will try and break, just dwelt on the ball. Tackle's starting to fly in now. The crowd getting involved here. 24,000 of them in tonight. And I'll mention again that, you know, the great, there's now a late free kick here in the centre circle for Hull, but great initiative tonight. Cheap tickets, I think it was £12 for an adult to come here tonight. Even less for the kids. There was free fruit for the kids as well. And Hull have been rewarded with a crowd of 24,103. And Neil, it's great to see, isn't it, as we look around, lots of young families probably coming for the first time.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously this football club's seen some great times as well, being a Premier League club. You know, and them's the sort of times that they want back, and they want the people to come in the droves and enjoy that sort of football.
Yeah, well, Hull are on top here. Certainly a goal for the Tigers would get those home fans involved, and they've got a chance with Sharp. Goes down, no free kick again. Morton jumps in, wins it back. Tufan barges off one, then he's tackled. Fair tackle this time. I think something's going to explode here. And there we see it. A challenge off the ball. Carvalho deemed to have fouled his man. The referee's trying to let play go on here, Neil, but I think he's walking a bit of a tightrope, isn't he?
Well, he set his stall out early on, the referee, by a flurry of yellow cards for no reason for me. And now he's got a problem because 2 or 3 of them challenges for me were foul challenges.
Yeah, you say a flurry of yellow cards for not a lot. I think the Norwich ones, some of them were quite well earned, if you like, but once you start giving them, you've got to carry on giving them.
Yeah, there were a couple that were like...
Ball given away here. Twine has it, edge of the area, feeds it into Slater. Great challenge. Duffy has just come up. I think that's a goal-saving tackle right in front of his own goal.
Brilliant. I mean, he's been one of the game's outstanding players, Duffy. Both him and McLean at the back have been fantastic, putting the bodies on the line for a clean sheet. But they've looked far more potent this half. Hull City, they look like they're going to equalise.
Yeah, the goal feels like it's coming here on Talksport 2. 58.5 on the clock. Short corner to Carvalho. Left-footed, will roll it across to Slater. He puts it to the far post. Header across goal. Tufan couldn't get up, and the flag went up anyway as he was out-jumped by Angus Gunn, who came down with the ball, and Norwich survive. And Norwich are about to make a double change down below, as I can see Ben Gibson and Adam Eder are both stripped and ready to go for David Wagner, who maybe just feels he's got to change it up at both ends of the field.
Yeah, I mean, I just wonder if this isn't changes for players that are on yellow cards, perhaps.
Well, here come Hull again. Norwich is continually giving the ball on the edge of their own penalty area. 1-0 Norwich lead. But they're chancing their arm here, the Canaries. Coyle forward, lovely pass, finds Morton on the half-turn, denied. Good challenge back there, and that ball's gone out, and going down there is Gabriel Sarai. He's gone down in a heap, and the referee's going to stop play. And I just wonder here if David Wagner might be about to make the change.
Yeah, definitely. It feels that this game's going away from him, perhaps.
Well, Nunez is one that is making way. He goes off Ben Gibson. And also coming off, Josh Sargent is making way as well. He's replaced by Adam Eder. So a double change. I guess with Sargent having had quite a lot of time out, they don't want to risk him too much, Neil. And Nunez, as you mentioned, was on a booking.
Yeah, I think that's in his mind, David Wagner. Wants to try and keep 11 players on the pitch if he can. And obviously the game's at that melting point now where they're forcing the play. Hull City, they're having challenges to make. They only need to miss time one. They're down to 10 men.
Yeah, ball is down below us. Well, they're trying to win the ball. We've got to throw him down by the corner flag. Here's Carvalho now. We'll work it back towards Alfie Jones. Oh, he's under pressure and almost nicked away from him by Adam Eder there. And the ball out over on the far side, and Hull have got it all the way back inside their own half. 61 gone here. Hull 0, Norwich 1. Jonathan Rowe with a goal. A wonderful goal it was in that first half, as McCallum was strong in the tackle, but unfairly strong. And now David Wagner's into the ear of the fourth official. He can't believe that was given as a free kick. Scott Twine, the recipient of that free kick.
Yeah, I think he just got caught waiting for the ball there, Scott Twine. I'm not sure that's a free kick at all.
No, like you said, he's given some and not given the others, and it's making for confusing watching, I think, for some of the people here tonight. Here's Barnes, midway inside his own half. Gets it away now to Kenny McLean, who's now operating in the middle of the field. So there's been a change there. Ben Gibson coming in at centre half, and he will get the ball now off his goalkeeper Angus Gunn. Plays it forward to McLean, showing his versatility. There's a ball played forward. Here now is Morton again on the half turn, looking threatening. Gets it away to Tufan, back to Morton. Morton will feed it to Billy Sharp. Not sure his legs will get him on the end of that. About 6 years ago, that might have been a really good ball for Billy Sharp. Not anymore.
He's still on the move though, in and around the box. I think he's made a difference since he's come on, Billy Sharp. He's got experience.
Well, Scott Twine is about to come off here, and it is going to be Jason Lakilo who comes on. Well, Twine's played okay, but maybe not had the impact he would have wanted. Up to press. Liam Senior making changes. What we do know about Billy Sharp, you put that ball anywhere in that penalty area and by and large he'll be there somewhere sniffing out an opportunity.
Yeah, well, you've only got to look at the Carvalho effort when he's dragged it across the face of the goal. I mean, if that's a cross, it's a tap-in for Billy Sharp. Great position to take up.
Yeah, now the ball played forward. Sharp up against the defender and it's headed away by Shane Duffy. Duffy will be quite happy with the ball in the air up against Sharp. We mentioned the height difference and the height advantage he's got. 63 gone, 1-0 Norwich.
Yeah, they've somehow got to find a way to get the ball into Billy Sharp's feet with his back to goal in and around the box, because that's where he comes alive.
Here now, the ball with Greaves. Feeds it to Tufan, 25 yards out, tried to find Carvalho. It was a good idea, it didn't quite come off. Can Norwich break? Well, they're outnumbered heavily here as McCallum plays it forward. Across will come the defender Jones, who shows his quality and then rolls it across his own 18-yard box and finds Jacob Greaves. Been operating at left back a large part of the season, but he's back at centre half tonight. But Hull need an equaliser. Don't want to drop more points at home here.
I think, to be fair, this half they've looked much more like they're going to find a way through.
Here's Lakilo now. He's got in behind McCallum. Just has to check to wait for the ball. Finds Carvalho. Carvalho edge of the area. This time he tried to drive the cross. Falls for Slater. 25 yards out. Hits it. Falls to Sharp. Great save. Great save from Angus Gunn. If anything, maybe Sharp's shot was just too straight at the keeper. Anywhere else he scores. Slater providing Sharp with a chance. Here's Coyle and Nat. I thought it was going to go out for a corner. It'll break here for Carvalho. Pulls it back and it's cleared 6 yards away. Here's Morton, edge of the area. Just showed too much of it. Falls for Carvalho. There was a handball in there, but the referee and the assistant have deemed that Hull were offside. Wow, Billy Sharp, that was the chance he's been waiting for. Couldn't have hit it any better, Neil, but maybe hit it too well.
Yeah, brilliant save by Angus Gunn. You're right, though, Mark. Probably a savable height, but, you know, as a striker or as a finisher, all you can do is hit the target, make the goalkeeper work. But that's vintage Billy Sharp. Got himself in front of goal. Read the ricochet shot. Got onto it. Sharp. Unlucky.
Sharp by name, sharp by nature there, but just couldn't quite. I think a foot lower. I don't think the keeper can save that at that pace, but he got enough on it. Angus Gunn keeping the ball out of the Norwich net. Still 1-0. Here's Sharp now giving chase as Duffy will head it in the air. That's not the best header. They were lucky that Tufan didn't get on the end of that. Rowe will hook it forward. And Norwich now with Barnes in the centre circle will just look to try and have some possession over the halfway line. They've virtually been penned inside their own half as the ball poked out by Lakilo, and it's out for a throw into Norwich City as David Wagner looks on and just tells McCallum just to take his time before he gets the ball back in. 65 gone. Hull certainly the better side in this second half, but crucially they're still behind, and here now could be a chance at the other end. There's a ball on the edge of the Hull penalty area. What can they do with it? Sarah having the shirt pulled off his back there. Gets the ball out wide on the right. Here's Stacey. Can he find a teammate? He'll lay it back to Sarah, who's going to have a shot from distance. It's well wide. The Jeers will tell you that. And it's behind for a goal kick to Hull.
Yeah, he's really putting himself under pressure trying to shoot from there. Brilliant play to begin with from Sarah, just to find his teammate across the edge of the penalty box. I mean, that's been a rare flurry from Norwich this half. It's been all Hull City.
Allsop plays out from the back. McCallum volleys it back inside the Hull half. Barnes did really well. Brings it down on his chest. Gets it away to Adamida. Can he get the ball away? Rowe took it off him, but in doing so, dispossessed his teammate and lost the ball. Now the break could be on. Carvalho in the centre circle. Pirouettes away from one. Slides in, wins it back, gets it to Tufan. He finds Jason Lakilo now. He's going down the right. Coyle bombing on the overlap. Can he find a cross? Puts the ball into the 6-yard box, headed away. And it'll be brought forward by Sainz, who has it inside his own half. He will play it back to McCallum. Hull looking ever more dangerous, but they just can't break Norwich down at the moment. But Norwich are pushing their luck a little bit here, but also they are carrying a threat going the other way. Here's Adamida, ball out of play, and Greaves is furious that the offside flag didn't go up there for Hull.
Yeah, I'm just going back to that last phase there. Great header out by McLean. Duffy and McLean have done that all day. Balls that have come in the box, they've got themselves in key positions, they've got the head on it, they've cleared the lines. Brilliant defending.
Brilliant defending indeed. Still Norwich lead by a goal to nil. Here on Talksport 2, triple header of Championship action tomorrow here on Talksport 2 as Barnes has dispossessed Coyle on the edge of the area, looking to try and earn a corner. That's exactly what he does. Barnes is starting to get involved now. You know, he'll roll up his sleeves and get stuck in for the cause.
Yeah, he's been scrapping away all evening. It's not been easy for him. He's not had much service up there, but you know he's good value. You know he's going to give him absolutely everything he's got.
The second goal for Norwich could kill it off here. Burnley 1, Luton 0. Final stages over on Talksport, live and exclusive from the Premier League. Here comes the corner. Zara with it on this near side. It's turned towards goal. It was a nice move as well at the near post, but in the end it was placed over the top. I think it was McLean who was on the end of it. If he could have kept that down, that would have caused Ryan Alsop a couple of problems.
Yeah, there's a gaping hole there at the near post. He got nobody in the hole side on. Hull City defending that area. It's a well-timed run from McLean. If he stays that on goal, that'd have given the keeper a problem.
Here's Coyle, pokes the ball forward, looking for Carvalho, who did well, but pokes the ball out for a throw-in.
He's grown into this game, hasn't he, Carvalho?
Yeah, he's working hard, isn't he? Yeah, he's working hard. And it's, like we said, they lost Aaron Connolly in the opening 15 minutes of the game. I do think it has hurt Hull in how they can play the game. They've got to play it slightly differently with Sharp leading the line. No Liam Delatt, remember, he's out for 2 to 3 months for Hull with a knee problem. Hopefully nothing too serious. They're hoping he won't have to have surgery, which you would imagine would end his season. The Manchester City loanee, who's really growing into a really strong, skillful centre forward here in his time under Liam Rosenior. Here come Hull again forward. Sharp back to goal, does well, midway inside the Norwich half. Then he spreads it wide to Lekilo. He has it now, looks to drive to the edge of the area, onto his left foot, puts a cross in. They've overloaded at the far post. It comes off the head of Stacey, who does really well to get something on that. Rowe will complete the clearance, but it's only midway inside the Norwich half. What can they do? Here's Carvalho. See the ball now, there's only Sharp in the penalty area, and he's not even in front of goal. He's away to the left-hand side. Can they work it down the right? Lekilo has it. Can he get an opening? Little step over one way, then the other. Back to Coyle. Whips it in first time. On the volley shot. Went for it. Will it fall on the far post? It didn't. Jacob was in there but couldn't get anything on the end of it. It's another half chance for Billy Sharp, but he couldn't get anything on it. 20 minutes left. Hull 0, Norwich 1.
Yeah, just looking at this Norwich side now. They're just showing a slight sign of tiredness. A couple of tired clearances there in the box. They're just going to turn the screw a little bit now, Hull City. They might get themselves in front of goal.
Here's Tufan trying to challenge high up the field. It'll break here to Jacob. Jacob tries to work it into Sharp, cleared away, falls to Tufan, 25 yards out. Tufan, he stepped on the ball, they lost it, and then the referee deems he's given away a free kick. It was a soft one at best, but it's a free kick to Norwich, right on the edge of their own area, and they've taken it quickly, looking to get Adam Eder away. He's chested it down far side, but ball was nicked away from him momentarily. It falls to Rowe. Rowe just inside his own half. And now Norwich will have it down their right-hand side, and over the halfway line they go, leading by a goal to nil here. A result that would put them within 2 points of the top 6. So it's a big game. They play West Brom Coventry next as well. So a couple of really big games coming up for Norwich and for David Wagner's side. In front here is now McCallum, the half-time substitute. Chests the ball down, lays it back on this near side for Sarah. He's lost possession, and now the break could be on. Morton sprints away. Billy Sharp in front of him. Tufan to his left. Not really much energy in this attack from Hull, but that's a nice pass to Lekilo. Lekilo out wide, drives the cross in, and it's deflected behind for a corner kick for Hull. They looked a little bit leggy there, didn't they, Neil? They weren't quite had the energy to burst forward.
I think they're just tiring a little bit here, Hull City. Great defending by Sands, because he's done some unbelievable mileage for his team on that left-hand side. Needed to get back, made a good challenge, but they're starting to look ominous now, Hull. They've had a couple of little moments where they broke. They've been 3-on-3 at times.
Liam Rosenior will be thinking, if we get one, we may well go get another one. Referee now is not happy with some pushing and shoving edge of the area on the penalty spot. There's a line of yellow shirts and a line of black and gold ones as well, as Tyler Morton, the Liverpool loanee, is going to take the corner kick, whips it towards the far post. It's headed away. It'll fall here to Lakilo. He had the chance to hit it, takes a touch, plays it out wide on the left. Crosses stood up to the far post. Greaves can't head it on target. Morn with a volley, and he fires it. He has just eventually gone out for a goal kick. Well, it was worth the effort, but it was speculative at best, and it's behind. Norwich still leading by a goal to nil.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of occasions again. Lakilo there, the ball drops him at the edge of the box. Out your feet and strike it.
Yeah.
You know, and he's still playing little balls down the side of the box. You know, he hasn't had a great deal to do, Angus Gunn. You know, you just need to give him something to do. Make him make decisions.
Well, the ball going to be cleared away here. 1,300 Norwich fans in that crowd of over 24,000. Are they going to be going home with the 3 points? Or can the Tigers turn it around here? Allsop's got it in his own 6-yard box. Comes forward to the edge of his area, rolls it out now. Invites Greaves to give it to Jacob on the far side. Ball back now. And Hull just playing out. They're trying to draw Norwich out. Norwich, in fairness, are playing the press here. Can Hull bypass it? No, it's out for a throw. And you are listening to Hull against Norwich in the EFL Championship on Talksport 2 with McDonald's. Order Mac Delivery on the McDonald's app and get Tasty Rewards points. 18 plus, terms and conditions apply. 16 to go here at the MKM.
I think David Varga will be thinking, if we can keep a clean sheet here, what a fantastic clean sheet that would be.
Yeah, Hull are getting a little bit desperate. I think he'd want a second goal, Norwich. As you just heard one of the analysts for Norwich who sat next to him got a little bit excited there. Here now the ball with Lakilo, edge of the area. He's gone without it. You can sense the frustration building for Norwich. This is a massive 20 minutes for them. They've given the ball away again. Coyle had the chance to put it in. He felt there was no one in the box he could get it to. Morton, little nutmeg, finds Carvalho, rolls his foot over it, can't get the shot away. And Norwich smuggle it away again. But they're getting pushed further and further back. Here's Barnes, does a good job on halfway, but he's dispossessed. Coyle gets it back to Allsop. I think Norwich need a second goal here, Neil. Yeah. I think there's another goal coming.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and you can see on the counter that they've got the ingenuity to do it. Just feel at times that they're trying to walk this in.
Yeah, well, Jacob charges down a ball, and it's handball, says the referee, much to the angst of the Hull fans all around this ball here at the MKM Stadium. 1-0 Norwich lead. We've got 15 minutes left. Tomorrow, Game Day Live, 12:30. We've got a double header on Talksport. Chelsea, Fulham. Faker of the Sam Matterface and Martin Keown, the former Arsenal legend. At 12:30, Talksport 2 exclusive. Coventry against Leicester is live here on Talksport 2. What a game that is. Mark Robins' side are just coming into some form at the minute. And that could be a big test for the leaders. Leicester, who got the Manager of the Month and Player of the Month awards today in the Championship.
Yeah, rightly so, top of the table. Just going back to Mark Robins, what a fantastic job he's done.
Yeah,
he's done well wherever he's been.
Yeah, well, there's been late drama across on Talksport. We're hearing at Turf Moor there has been a late leveller for Luton, 1-1. Burnley 1, Luton 1. The closing stages of that, and they're into added on time at Turf Moor, are live right now on Talksport. If you've got the app, you can swipe left and right between the two and you catch all the action. If you've not got the Talksport app, now's a good time to go get it. It's free, available in all the usual places. Easy to download and very easy to use. Morris it was with a goal on the 92nd minute. 1-1 there, 1-0 here. Norwich lead as Coyle is bundled over. Referee will deem that's a foul. And it's a quickly taken free kick. Morton finds Carvalho. Carvalho right on the corner of the area. He's waiting for Lakilo to go wide down the right. Lakilo back onto his left foot, puts the ball in. It's cleared away. Well, I was in the press room at half-time, Neil, and there were a few questioning Jason Lakilo and his ability to cross the ball, and he's had a few chances so far tonight. He hasn't really beaten the first man, has he?
No, it's a problem for him. You know, they're just packing the box out, Norwich. They've got to be a little bit more inventive than that.
Ball looking for Sharp, tries to get in behind, and all they can do is knock it behind. Duffy annoyed he couldn't keep it in. It's a corner kick, and maybe a set piece will provide the Hull City equaliser here. They've played it short again. They'll lay it back here now to Lakilo. Stands it up to the far post, headed away inside the 6-yard box. Falls the far post, shot comes in, saved by the legs of Gunn. It was Billy Sharp, a really tight angle. He got it on target, but Gunn's feet were in the way, behind for another corner.
Yeah, great goalkeeping, narrowed his angles brilliantly. I mean, it's good play by Billy Sharp. You know what you're going to get. Pulls off his man. Good first touch, kept it down, got his body over the ball. Great save by the keeper.
In swinging corner, down the Hull left, right-footed in swinging corner. He's fizzed into the near post and it's sliced behind by Sarai. It's another corner for the home side. 12.5 remaining here on Talksport 2. Over on Talksport, Burnley 1, Luton 1. You feel a better point for Luton and Burnley. Here now, the corner again played short. They're going to play it to the edge of the area. It's moved across goal. Here's Slater. He can hit them, but the shot charged down. Do you feel they haven't got the big enough bodies in the box? They seem reluctant to put the ball in the mixer, don't they, at the minute, Hull?
Yeah, they're quite a small side, Hull. You know, apart from the two centre-backs. They're not the biggest side. I think they're trying to pass their way in.
Yeah, here's McLean back in midfield. Rides one challenge, earns a free kick. Good play from McLean.
Yeah, he's been outstanding. Been the game's outstanding player for me. Used all his experience. Clever footballer.
12 to go. Norwich leading by that Jonathan Rowe goal to 0. It was a great finish. Make sure you check that one out. I'm sure Norwich will be putting it on their socials later on. Here come Norwich then, looking to wrap up the points here now. Edge of the area. Eder just feeds it wide to Barnes. Left-hand side of the area. Rowe heads it into the penalty area, but Hull will pick it up. What can Sharp do under big pressure? He's given it away, but the referee felt that Sharp was impeded. That's a free kick, much to Hull's relief. And it is full time over on Talksport. Burnley 1, Luton 1-0. That is a massive point for Luton, isn't it?
Yeah, brilliant. How well Luton have done this season. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, they are fighting, I think, harder than many expected. And given what's happened at their club with Tom Lockin, we wish him a continued recovery as well. It's been a special time for them, and the players really are battling for the badge, and they are far from doomed as many thought they would be. Here now, going down the left-hand side, is that Greaves who's wandering forward? He earns the corner.
Yeah,
a little bit more direct. He's been playing at left-back, so he's used to getting out wide. That was a good run, and he's earned a corner.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair to Hull City, they've huffed and puffed, and, you know, they've had the lion's share of possession. You know, the stats read that out, 64%, well on top. Just need to find that opening.
Corner. No, it doesn't beat the first man, but it goes into the area off the deflection. Greaves goes down, and the ball cleared away. That could well be another corner. Carvalho will let it roll out, and now he's got a chance to take it. They'll take it short. Here is Morton. Plays it to Carvalho. Edge of the area. Is he going to shoot? He does across the face of goal, but Barnes on the 6-yard box heads it away. Maybe a cross-come shot, but that was more like it. Here now is Tufan. He gets it away to Slater. Slater will pull the trigger. And a great save from Gunn at full stretch away to his left. Well, Slater a couple of times has caused problems from the edge of the area, but Gunn again comes up with another top-quality save.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair to Slater, he's been the one that's had the aptitude to go and shoot from the edge of the box. Great strike.
Here's Lakilo now. Squares it to the edge of the area. Carvalho with a shot that's blocked midway inside the penalty area. Now looking to break Norwich, with the ball poked back to Coyle on halfway. 9 and a bit remaining here, plus any added on time. You're live on Talksport 2, the home of the EFL. So many championship games to come from now until the end of the season, and given how the table stands at the moment, there's going to be something on pretty much every game. Here's Lakilo again, can't go past his man. Gets the back heel back to him. Morton gets it. Morton level with the edge of the penalty area. Tries to feed it into the edge of the box. Here again is Slater. Looks for the give and go. Carvalho on the turn. Lays it back to Morton. Sharp waits in the middle. Cross is blocked and it's out for a throw-in. Level with the edge of the area. And the referee has just stopped play here. Not sure what's happened there. We are going to get a change. And there's a change for the visitors. And it is actually Jonathan Rowe that's going off. He is about to be replaced by Christian Fastnacht. And we have to say, if this game ends 1-0, Neil Redfern, then it was a moment of absolute brilliance from Jonathan Rowe that won it.
Yeah, brilliant quality. I mean, it was a game fit enough to win a goal fit enough to win any game, to be honest with you. And he's played his part. Strong performance. from Rowe tonight.
Yes, here Hull again. 8 minutes time trickling through their fingers at the moment. They need to find something to beat Gunn. Twice they thought they'd beaten him. Twice he's come up with miraculous saves. Once to deny Billy Sharp, and then just to deny Regan Slater a minute or so ago. Here is Greaves again. You get the feeling him pushing forward from centre half might pay a dividend. Gets it again on that far side, and now the ball with Tufan, who probably needs to get involved a little bit higher up the field. He's dropping deep at the moment.
I mean, they've no desire to come up the pitch now, Norwich, so he may as well stay up there, Greaves.
Yeah, but you just get the feeling him coming and making the extra man is causing a problem or two, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
There's a ball now over on the Hull left. Norwich are just sinking deeper and deeper back. You can see the 4-4-2 or the 4-3-3 formation as though they're just setting it up on the tactics board pre-game. Allsop's got it back in his own half. Can Hull engineer an equaliser? Can Norwich hold on? The drama of the Championship right here on Talksport 2. Hull coming forward again with Greaves. Finds Jacob wide on the left. Can he put in an early ball? He does. It's headed away. And it's cleared away. There was still only Billy Sharp in the box there, and there were 4 yellow shirts surrounding him. You just get the feeling at some point, Neil, Hull are going to have to gamble, aren't they?
Well, yeah, they are. I mean, I just looked at that ball into the box there. It's not a bad ball in, to be fair. But key areas, Duffy, McLean, there again to clear. Get the bodies in, get their heads in, clear the lines. Such good defending.
We've seen Onel Hernandez coming on for Saints, who makes way, so that'll give him a threat going forward. We know Hernandez has got pace.
Yeah, he's played his part, to be fair, Sands. He's worked really hard on this left-hand side.
And we're going to see another change here. Matthew Jacob is going off, and this is Harry Vaughan coming on. So is there time? Well, of course there's time. That's 7 minutes of normal time remaining. But Hull, at the moment, are being kept at arm's length. I think David Wagner will be pretty happy with how his side is seeing this out. There's always the thing when you're hanging on to a lead away from home and you start sinking further and further back, Neil, you're inviting them in, and will they get a chance to win it, or will Norwich get a chance for a second? Here is Hernandez, his first touch into the area, goes on the outside and blazes it over the top. That was a chance for Onel Hernandez.
Yeah, and he's one-on-one in the box with Louis Coyle. I mean, he just stands up. Looks tired there, Louis Coyle, going to challenge. It's a bit erratic, the finish from Hernandez. Great position he picked up. They have looked threatening in these last few moments, though, Norwich, when they regain it and they go and break forward.
All on the edge of the Hull penalty area. Just over 5 remaining here. Still 1-0 Norwich lead. Mark Wilson, Neil Redfern and Hugh Wozencroft with the action tonight. As Greaves again gets it away. Here's Vaughan, cuts in off the left touchline, gets it away now. Patient from Hull, despite the fact time is trickling away. McCallum gambled and he got the ball and he got caught by Lekilo. And that's a free kick, and more valuable seconds will be eroded from the stopwatch.
Yeah, he's been good, McCallum, since he's come on for Giannoulis. Got good pace, been aggressive, got up and down that left-hand side from left-back.
As it stands, it's going to be another disappointing defeat. There'll be 1 win in 6 for Liam Rosenior and Hull City. Would only be a 3rd away win in the last 13 for Norwich as well. Here's Hernandez down the left. Can he get across? Beats his man, beats him again. Lekilo in front of him, little step over, then drags it into the area, but it should be cleared away, and is cleared away. Maybe they had a bit more time than they thought there, Hull. They've hammered it down. Ben Gibson will ease it back to Gunn. Well, hasn't had a lot to do, but he's made 2 fantastic saves. The one from Sharp was outstanding.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I just think that rear guard action for Norwich has been brilliant. I do. I think the 2 centre-backs, I think the back 4 in general, Gunn behind them. You know, they've worked so hard as a team. They've made it difficult for Hull City. They've made them predictable at times. I don't think Hull have helped themselves. I think they've been part of their own downfall. I think they've overplayed. I think they could have got shots on goal quicker. But they have got in front of goal.
Here is Morton. Looks to switch play towards Vaughan. Great pass. Not the best first touch, but keeps it in. And now he's got a chance to run. And he'll run at his man, but he's just eased off. And it looked like man against boy, didn't it, momentarily there? Vaughan not the biggest and was eased off it. Hull win it back, but he'll roll out for a throw-in, and Norwich will be happy just to waste a few more seconds. 3 minutes to go, that is, here. Remember that triple header tomorrow. Coventry, Leicester, Cardiff, Leeds, Ipswich, Sunderland, all live and exclusive right here on Talksport 2. Looking forward to that. Tomorrow, all the goals as they go in, and Chelsea Fulham live and exclusive on Talksport from 12:30. Here's Tufan on halfway. Can he provide a bit of magic? Gets the ball away, but given away by Coyle. And Norwich, I think, are growing in confidence that they might have seen this out. Ball now working its way down the line for Hernandez. Sliding challenge. Jones did well, but he had to try and keep it in, and in doing that allows Hernandez to win it back off him. And Hernandez has done better than that. He finds Barnes, who's got no interest in playing any ball into the area. They're playing keep ball. Here's Hernandez, edge of the penalty area now. 3-4 shirts in the middle. Great cross. Takes a flick and takes a deflection. And Norwich City wrap up the points. Rather fortuitous in the end. But Hernandez cross took a deflection off a Hull player. And it was bundled into the far post. Hull 0. Norwich City 2.
Yeah, well, that's all about Anel Hernandez's persistence and quality in the ball in. I mean, Hull City have got in them positions countless times and hit the first man. That was an absolutely fantastic cross. Missed everybody out, landed in the 6-yard box, and it ends up in the back of the net. And probably, as this game's gone on, you know, they've looked the more menace inside Norwich in these last moments of the game. They've come here and done a professional job on Hull City.
Fastnax it was who got the final touch. It was a little bit fortunate, but you've got to be in there to get it in the goal. And David Wagner came here with pressure building on his job. But Norwich, as a team, have stood up to the cause tonight. There's a mass exodus around the MKM Stadium now. And the crowd has virtually halved in the matter of a minute as people making their way home. A night of disappointment for Hull, who lost Aaron Connolly early on, and I think, truth be told, have never really recovered. They've been easy on the eye without really creating too much. But the difference is, when the chances have come for Norwich, they've ended up in the back of the net, and that's what this game is all about. And Norwich are going to be going home with all 3 points.
Yeah, and I'm thinking back to the first goal as well, Mark, you know, and how easy it was to dance past them 2 centre-backs for Hull City. I mean, it was a great goal, don't get me wrong, but they've got to defend better in that moment. And you look at Norwich City's 2 centre-backs, they've been absolutely outstanding. Got their head and body in the way, they've defended well, took up key positions, and they're keeping a clean sheet for the team.
Yeah. Into the final couple of seconds, the official is going to tell us how long will be added on here, but you get the feeling it won't be long enough for Hull, who've tried, they've battled, but they haven't quite been able to turn that into a goal. There's 4 minutes added on here as forward goes Tufan now. Gets it away to Coyle. Coyle works it out wide. Lakilo, can he deliver a ball in? That's a better looking ball towards the far post, but again there's a Norwich player there, and Barnes picks it up edge of his area. His clearance is blocked. Here's Slater. Gets it away now. Jones pass intercepted. Here is Carvalho. I'm sure we'll see better from him in a Hull shirt. Not the debut he would have wanted. And Morton wins the challenge, but Norwich come away with it. Barnes' legs wouldn't quite get him on the end of it. He's worked hard tonight. Well, they all have, haven't they, in the yellow and green?
Yeah, I think they've been brilliant, Norwich. They, you know, when they've had to defend without the ball and get the bodies back in line and into a good shape, they've done it. They look really professional.
Here now is Morton, edge of the area. Is he going to unleash a shot? He is! Oh, what a strike! Tyler Morton with nothing on from fully 25 yards has drilled it into the corner of the net. A lifeline for Hull. A shot out of nothing. Tyler Morton, that was out of the top drawer. Hull 1, Norwich 2.
Well, there lies the proof. If you buy a ticket, you win the raffle. And if Hull City had have adopted that approach right from the beginning of the game, who knows? I mean, there's still 2 or 3 minutes left. So to try and get an equaliser, what a fantastic strike. Give the keeper absolutely no chance. You've got to shoot. Don't shoot, you don't score.
There's probably 2.5 minutes minimum added on time remaining here. And a lifeline for Hull City. There'll be people, there's some people coming back in now. They were going and now they're coming back. Should never leave early. Come on, you've got a ticket, whether it's half price or not. You want to stay to the end. You never know what's going to happen. Certainly in the Championship, anything can and often does happen here on Talksport 2. That was a great strike from Morton. Looked like nothing on. Norwich happy to let him shoot, and he hammered it past Gunn, who couldn't keep it out. Are we going to get a late leveller here for Hull? Well, they've got a throw-in, or they've conceded a throw-in. Liam Rossini acting as ball boy. We've had 2 of the minimum 4. Well, you scored plenty of decent goals from outside the box, Neil. You'd have been delighted with that one.
Oh, fantastic strike. You know, and you're looking at a keeper who's been in unbelievable form.
Well, the pass back is short here. Adam Eder could be in. Adam Eder could wrap it up for Norwich. Shot cleared by the keeper also. And now the break on. And the Hull fans roar the Tigers forward here. We're into the third added on minute. They've not got long left now. Forward they come again. Poor pass. Onel Hernandez picks it out. And he will try and get the ball away. McCallum will knock it long, but Coyle is there to receive it on halfway. All of a sudden, David Wagner looks a little bit animated on the sideline. Can Norwich hold on here? Lakilo going forward. Coyle trying to get with him. Gets it to Coyle. Drills it into the 6-yard box. Headed away near post. Great header. Coyle will get another chance. Level with the edge of the penalty area. Now he puts it on his left foot towards Sharp. It's headed away again. And out on this near side, and Norwich clear it. It's back to Coyle again. It's like someone built a wall on the edge of the area. They can't get it in. They can't get it out. Here's Morton now. Can he deliver? No. Out for a throw-in. We're into the final. 30 seconds and the minimum 4 added on. Coyle has it. Coyle will engineer a cross in towards the 6-yard box. It'll fall to Slater, edge of the area. He's beaten in the air. Was that handball? No, it wasn't. Fastnat will bring it away. The break could be on. If Eder looks up, Barnes is unmarked in the middle. He didn't. They try and keep possession, and Norwich played a patient game, but they've turned over possession. There are literally seconds left now. Hull have got to get it forward. They haven't got time. Referee has a look at his watch. We've played the 4 minimum added on. Hull 1, Norwich 2. Hull, have they left it too little too late? They have. With a pass like that. They'll try and win it back, but it's stumped clear, and that might do it. Referee again looks at his watch, but says to Ryan Allsop, you can play on. Allsop will knock it, not a long ball, it's a poor ball, but it's turned round the corner to Tufan. He lays it back. Is a late drama coming here? No. Paul again cleared forward, but again Norwich don't get it over the halfway line. Wagner's furious. He's berating the 4th official, saying blow the whistle. Referee looks at his watch and he will blow the whistle. And the Norwich bench explode with ecstasy. They were made to work hard for those final few minutes. A game they looked to have in the palm of their hands. Tyler Morton's late goal made it a grandstand finish, but Hull just couldn't find the ball into the box. A couple of really big clearances at the back in added on time. Jonathan Rowe gave Norwich the lead on 36 minutes. Amazing run took him into the D, and a wonderful finish with the outside of his right boot gave Allsop no chance, and Norwich were in front at half-time. Hull were much better second half. Billy Sharp denied by a point-blank save from Gunn to keep him out. Regan Slater almost level for Hull, but he too denied by a flying Gunn save. And then when Fastnac turned in Onel Hernandez cross in the 90th minute, at 2-0 it looked to be game over. But Tyler Morton gave Hull a lifeline in added on time with a wonderful strike from 25 yards. But Hull couldn't engineer one last chance. It's another home defeat for Hull, who continue to flirt with the edge of the playoffs, but can't seem to stay in them. For Norwich, they're right back in the mix. A game they had to win, you felt here, for David Wagner and for their playoff hopes. They have come. The Canaries that made the journey, well, it'll be a long old journey home, but it'll be a happy one for them. They'll get back to East Anglia with all 3 points. Decent game in the end. Hull just couldn't quite do enough. Hull 1, Norwich 2.
Mark, thank you very much. Yes, you were absolutely right. We did get a grandstand finish there. I thought the equaliser might even come for Hull City late on. Norwich managing to hold on, their 3rd away win in their last 12 trips on the road for Norwich. It means that they are up to 8th in the table now. They're a point behind Hull. They are 2 points off the top 6, and their hopes of promotion have been given a massive boost by victory at the MKM Stadium. Neil Redfern, in the end, you have to say, it was a full team effort from Norwich this evening.
Yeah, absolutely, Hugh. I mean, it was a thoroughly professional performance. I thought the two centre-backs were absolutely outstanding, Duffy and McLean, clearing crosses endlessly throughout the 90 minutes. And two fantastic goals from Rowan Fastnat to get the Canaries over the line, but real drama at the end with Morton's finish. I mean, only if Hull City that took that attitude towards finishing throughout the game and might have had more goals for Hull City, but it was a fantastic goal as it was, made for a grandstand finish.
John Rowe Fastnacht on the score sheet for Norwich. Tyler Morton with a goal from distance late on. Wasn't to be for Liam Rossini's side. They just can't seem to get that consistency that we spoke about before. It is now 6 defeats in their last 9 championship matches. Neil, on that form, will they make it into the top 6?
Well, no. I mean, that is the short answer to that, Hugh. And I think that, we've seen perhaps one or two of the frailties that they've got tonight. That they've struggled to keep this Norwich City side at bay. I mean, a fantastic goal from Rowe. And obviously the build-up from Hernandez for Fastnat's goal, the second goal was brilliant. But they've got to defend better. Particularly at home, they can't be conceding 2 goals and expecting to win.
Neil Redfern, been a pleasure to be with you this evening. Mark Wilson, thank you very much for another fantastic commentary. Remember, Sports Bar Weekend are over on Talksport right now with Adam Cattrall and Carlton Cole. They'll be taking your calls on the evening's football. If you want to have your say, the number to call 03717 223344. We'll have live at PGA Tour Golf for you very, very shortly with the second round of the Sony Open out in Hawaii. Will Gavin's going to keep you across all of the action over the next few hours. Remember, we do have more live football for you across the Talksport network over the weekend at 12:30 tomorrow, exclusively on Talksport.